Bonjour, bonjour.
Right now we have MiBR's
Oh, it's Paula. He's kind of been playing well.
É uma sensação muito gratificante ser chamado para time Tier 1. Que todos os meus sacrifícios no Brasil foram recompensados.
Okay. Well, I didn't think I was gonna turn up and co-stream this, but whatever, I've decided to anyway. Hello, Osama. How's it going?
What are you hoping to take away from this experience?
I was like, look at that. That's so funny. The Portuguese commentators were about to go down the alleyway, and they're like, oh, they're recording there.
Yeah, I'm just expecting to get more experience. The league here is stronger than in Brazil, so I just want to get more experienced and prepared.
Is it mud time?
Speaking of that experience, how
is it mud time?
Playing on VCT.
No, I don't think these teams are horribly muddy. I think that they're just not that great. I don't think it's going to be a lot of fun, sloppy, muddy stuff. I think it's just going to be, yeah, just a bit scrappy and not that high quality. At the same time, there might be some jail Valorant going on. You've got Power on one team, MW on the other. If they just start going blow for blow, maybe it could be fun.
Well, honestly, best of luck today.
Darvog, thank you for the 22 months. Do you think it would be appropriate for the VCT America's casting staff to fight in a cage match in the event of a prediction disagreement? I think it would not only be appropriate, but like you say, it would be fantastic for ratings. It would be amazing for ratings. I told you I'm down to mud wrestle Bren. They're rating the team jerseys. C9 will drag NRG into the mud today. Oh, I'm looking forward to the C9 NRG match. I think that one's going to be nice and muddy. I just don't think this one's going to be that muddy. Bren would beat your ass? Yeah, if it was a real scrap, I would not have a chance. But I'd be down to die for the sport, you know?
First one is, we got NRG, the old jersey, the new jersey. I kind of like the black and the black.
Yeah, I'm gonna be casting the playoffs, Cobjo. Dude, I like the new one. I'll be honest with you, I think this redesign kind of cooked from NRG. And this is the content I'm here for, by the way. I think this jersey, I think that one pops off. The white jersey's alright, but I think the NRG one, the newer one, I like the texture of the black. I actually like the orange color as well. I think leaning into the orange is good for NRG. Red Light, thank you for the 35 months. You got a window AC. Oh, tragic. And it failed. Okay, the new logo is better, but the old jersey is better. The old jersey is better, but the new logo is better. This looks very old school jersey. I like the slightly textured kind of look. But I must say, I think the EG like colors are terrible. This like green and blue colorway that is a lot of the Vancouver stuff, it just looks like ass in my opinion.
I'm glad this one came up because that green loud jersey goes hard as hell. Yeah, I'm going.
The new jersey's better for loud, but I wanted them to go brighter on the green. It's a bit too like forest emerald. Yo, what is this? What's going on here though? I'm telling you though, the cow is popping. Why have I just been thrown in here as a cameo? Okay, the cow is popping off. They knew that I would be co-streaming this, did they? That's such a fucking gamble, because this is a shite game. I was not thinking of co-streaming this. The silly goose one did pop off, but the cow, I think, the cow is good. The cow clears. Unbelievable. Those are Finesse's kittens. Those are Finesse's kittens that he's taking through the teleporter. God, I should... Can you get a custom sweater designed? Could I take the Martha Stewart cow picture and turn it into a sweater? That might be one of the greatest plays of all time. Dude, if I could just cow people every time I was on broadcast, wear it for a loud game so that I can throw up the L at the same time as, as wearing the cow. How would I get that made? Maybe I need to Google this. I need to look into this. How to make custom sweaters. The problem is too, I wouldn't want it to just be a picture. I would want it to be like the whole sweater design is that picture. Almost like an expansion of the image. Maybe if I ran it through some heinous AI, I could expand the edges of it in a way that wasn't immediately visible. You're already looking into it? Incredible, Retro. What a great usage of your time after you've just had that disaster with the air conditioning. Are you ready for C9 to get their map pick first, win the map 13-6, and destroy dreams? Dude, I don't give a shit, man. I don't give a shit who wins between NRG and C9. I think it'll be fun. I'm kind of hoping that... I think I'm kind of hoping that NRG win, actually. I'd like them to go out on a high, even though they're probably not going to make playoffs. And I do think C9 are quite fraudulent. But I enjoy watching Oxy pop off. Like, I think the development of that guy over the course of the year has been good. At the beginning, he was fragging, but he was feeding. And then he's kind of grown into his rating from the community. Hello, Liz. How's it going? Did we like the Finesse Som sit down? I didn't watch it yet. If it ran earlier on, I wasn't watching the whole pre-show, I'm afraid. Madrone, thank you for the 43 months. Yeah, this is one of the most important games. The title is a joke? No, the title is not a fucking joke, okay? They're playing here for who's the best Brazilian team. Furia has already beaten Loud. Therefore, whoever wins this game is the best team from Brazil, possibly of all time. This is going to be important for the future. This is going to define who Sadak rebuilds his Brazilian super team with in the future. Literally no crowd? Yeah, because we're not in Brazil and American fans don't appreciate real Valorant. They don't appreciate real fucking slop around in the mud, dick in the ass Valorant. Whatever that copy pasta is. Loud won Champs 2022, so whoever wins is better than Champs. Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you took the winner of this game, teleported them back 2 years and asked them to fight against Loud, I'd take this team in a heartbeat. What is this then? Knitwise.com custom knit sweater. Oh my god, really? Really? Create a free account? Don't autofill my information, you little fuckers. Pixel perfect down to the last detail. Soft cotton yarn blends. Designing's easier than ever. Wait a second, this might be this might be possible. Chat, pull up the Martha Stewart cow. Raku, thank you for the 30 months.
And you want to look good. You want to be the team that wins this match. That's not wrong.
Autofill his address at Dashlane. Dude, Dashlane is a nightmare. I've removed my address from Dashlane, but I'm always scared of it anyway.
There's a lot of time until the first event.
MIBT threatens to be good. Made in Brazil?
They actually did start off the year pretty hot.
Made in Brazil.
They got a few wins. Their first win of the year was
The what cow? The Martha Stewart cow. Have you never seen the Martha Stewart cow, Liz? It does make sense. It's an Overwatch meme.
Definitely could be, and I mean, it's like you're saying, a long road.
Pog, I was looking for an excuse not to shower. I haven't showered in like 3 days. I'm festering in my own stink.
It's gonna be a long
I'm loving
road,
it.
And there's a lot of time for these rosters to make changes and adjust.
And then tomorrow when I wake up,
showing what you're
I will be forced to shower tomorrow.
This MiBR team,
But
not necessarily the same squad.
what do you mean, ooh? Like, fucking, you're telling me you've never gone 3 days without showering? If you've never done that, you've never lived, okay? You've never lived. Wait, is that what MIBR stands for? Yeah, made in Brazil.
I mean, that's part of the reason why they're not here, you know, like the changes that they needed to make.
I'm even back on that old team. Like
Only when I'm sick? Maybe if I'm camping? What? Not since I was like 14? Okay, well then, you're old. You're old, you've lost the joie de vivre that previously possessed you as a teenager. Lean back into it. Smell a little. I slept for 18 hours and haven't showered in a couple days. That's what I'm talking about, the fucking bed rot. Let the bed rot seep into you. Not showering during the English heat wave? English heat wave? Maybe a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, James.zip. Not at the moment. Where the hell do you live? You in the Falkland Islands or something? I don't know if it's warm there. There's no shot it's a heat wave at the moment in England, though. I wash and shower every single part of my body every single day. I wash my hair every single day. Yeah, okay, well, why do you have to point that part out? What am I going to respond to you with? Oh yeah, I also wash my hair every single day. I still shampoo. I still shampoo. What am I clinging on to? What last vestige of hope that I'm going to suddenly restore my follicles am I clinging to? They're gone. Give up, bald man. Do you wash the mustache? No, that's the one part of my body that I'd never clean. I like it to build up. You know, like when you have a wok and you're supposed to season it? That's what I've done with my mustache. I just kind of season it with food that gets stuck in there.
I mean, when you play like this, in a lot of ways, you end up just playing this map like a tent. Like, you're going to be looking for a lot of the mid-control stuff. You're prioing, breaking trips with the Sova shotgun.
This is what the rest of this co-stream is going to be like, by the way. Is this Ascent or Sunset? Sunset. It's got to be. I didn't even look at the map picks, but look, that comp is Sunset. Yeah, of course it is. Uber and Wyatt bringing us the most important game of the season. God damn. Is my mustache non-stick? Yeah, it's oily as hell. There ain't no way it's stickling to anything. Remember when you admitted you never wash your sheets while in university? You know, I was thinking about that recently. I was telling B about it, and I just think I can't remember ever washing them. I must have washed them. It's just insane not to. But, like, I don't remember doing it.
Yeah, this is the core of all the way back to their 2021 run where Furia made.
You didn't show Elizabeth the Martha Stewart account? I was waiting for the chat to do it. The chat are always so happy to do it at other times. So, why are you all slacking now?
You know, they've gone back to that chemistry that they've had historically to have a better run in stage 2, and it has worked out for them. Their fundamentals noticeably better than stage 1.
We won't troll Liz. It's not trolling if someone asks for it. If someone says, please can I see the Coconut Mall meme? Oh wow, Parla takes a shot early on, so does Havoc. Alright, both teams want to fight early. I'm liking this. Let's get some scrappy stuff going. Parla waiting for the push through top mid instead of following the rest of the team and getting value out of nade. Parla just dies. Furia winning the duels. Where's Godzilla? Oh, Havoc swings to try to deny the plant. That was very bold from Havoc. Team's still going to win though.
Furia here with a pretty comfortable defending pistol.
Yeah, nicely done there, opening with that first blood from the man who...
Yeah, Parla does seem fairly promising. I agree with that. Firebug's Crusade. Neon Breach Gecko Brim Viper on bind. Yes or no? I'm gonna give that one a no, I'm afraid. I don't see the reason that you would be running Breach there instead of the Fade. And also, I don't see why you would be running the Neon instead of a Raze. And at that point, you're basically just playing 100 Thieves comp. Yeah, Bren said he wasn't gonna watch this game, I think, just out of fucking protest for the round robin system giving us a garbage game at the end of the year.
Again, toward the extremity with that weapon, though. Looking towards B lobby, shut down any contact through there. Shandy, of course, sees the 0 point.
The toilet bowls are not particularly fun if there's nothing on the line, you know? Like, the toilet bowls are great if there's something on the line. Qwerty, thanks for the prime. Do you think the players give a shit about this? It's a weird one. I mean, sometimes the players will give up when they're in teams like this, but I think, personally, that I don't really... So there's two waves of thought here. One is the players on these kind of teams are fairly safe because it's difficult to get visas to replace them. So if you're already on one of these teams, it's much easier for organizations to just re-sign you, even if you're not that good, compared to applying for a new visa and figuring stuff out and doing proper trials and all that kind of stuff. But I think both of these teams have been so bad this year that a rebuild for both teams is almost certainly on the cards. I would be surprised if it wasn't. Maybe Furia might cling on to some of their core players, but it feels like a rebuild is on the cards, and MiBR basically already have rebuild. So I think these players should really be caring, just to at least, you know, have slightly higher stocks heading into the offseason to cement their place in the future. But I think Fury have got some players they can build around. I'm just worried if they do the same thing they did this year, where they build around MW. I don't think Havoc has been good. I think Havoc has only performed at the end of the season once they were already eliminated. And he also just seemed like a massive choker. He's the kind of player that I think needs more time in Tier 2 before he comes back into the Tier 1 level. Noz was fantastic, but we already knew that. He was on Lev. Like, you know, you can build around Nozwa, no problem. I have no issue with that. And then Khalil is kind of similar to Havoc. He performed pretty badly all season until the pressure was off. I think Khalil may end up sticking around if he pops off in these final few games, but that might be a bad idea, to be honest. He's clearly very skilled, but I think he's probably got some kind of mental block around performing in matches. As for the others, MW and Shandy, I could take them or leave them, frankly. I think MW makes it a little more difficult to build a team around. He's just never really been able to gel with a squad before, and at this point it feels like he's the common denominator, though I don't exactly know why. I can't tell you exactly why. So listen, maybe you could have MW still on a team, but have him as like the flex player as he was last year or something, and have him and Nozwa to be the core as your two flex initiator players. You could start there and see what's happening. The players on Furia are skilled though. They just got a problem with turning up when it matters and getting on the same page as each other. Yeah, Dujazine, what do you mean Dujazine literally got in fist fights with teammates? I mean, that's more than I've ever heard.
Where is he? Doesn't need to be involved. In fact, Khalil gets it done with 5 HP. And Furia have to feel good. They take both the Vandals out of the bonus.
It would be great if MiBR could win this game, though, so that we could get a little circle of suck inside Brazil. I don't think it's likely. I think Furia are likely to win, but you never know. Yeah, MiBR completely taking 1v1s the entire time. Just utterly 1-by-1. Can we get a circle of suck going? Yeah, those are... those go down a storm at parties. In the LCK, when the bottom teams play, the casters bring up lore of characters and read it throughout the whole series. Yeah, I was thinking if me and Bren ended up doing a game like this that was completely useless for the standings, we could try to do it in the transatlantic accent the whole time. Oh, Mazine! God damn. Talon actually dodged Gen G with the Team Secret Gen G result today? No, they didn't. Talon already dodged Gen G by losing to Zeta. We went through it last stream, Robbie. There was no way that Talon could have faced Gen G. It didn't matter if Gen G won, lost, you know, 2-1 map differential, whatever. I don't really know why some people call it transatlantic and some people call it mid-Atlantic, though. Did Talon lose on purpose? I don't know. It was a good idea, though. So, maybe. Kind of looked like it. I'm saying the dodge actually meant something? Oh, I see what you mean. Yes, yes, yes. Because their dodge only mattered if Team Secret actually won, and they did win. Yes, I see what you mean now, Robbie. Yeah. Absolutely. Canada in the semis of Copa America? Yo. Thank you for the 35 months. I need a pronunciation guide for your name, though. I've seen it a couple of times. It looks Irish. But if I was to give it a shot, I would go Kayla. I would just go Kayla. Sahar09, thank you for the prime as well.
And it forced MiBR to expend some utility on actually getting back.
Doesn't NRG just have to win today to make playoffs because they have head-to-head versus both Crew and C9? No. I can't tell you why, and I refuse to engage more deeply with the Americas one because it's so fucking complicated. But I've been told by people that have run the simulations that no, that's not true. But I'm not going to tell you why it's not true. Because I can't be bothered looking into it myself. I'm just gonna react. I'm gonna react. When something happens, we react.
See on the minimap, he's posting up on this corner. So actually inching over to just to
EG versus 100 Thieves, who do you have? I think I still have 100 Thieves, but I am a bit worried that wow, okay. Honestly, updraft there is normally going to get MW away, I think, but Pala properly swung into it. Normally when you updraft like that, you have enough sideways momentum in the air that you can get like around the corner a bit. But Pala owned him.
Time and time again, it's something Oxy does. Like, more than happy to bait that move out and then just satchel away to safety.
Oh, Havoc down to 1 HP. It's been lovely at anchoring towards market so far in this game, but right now just needs to stay alive.
I'm pretty sure aren't NRG basically fucked though? Like even if they 2-0, they still need other teams to not go 6-4, and it's super possible for other teams to go 6-4. In fact, it's very likely that a lot of teams go 6-4.
Havoc got brought down eventually, clinging to life as he was. Pala really unperturbed by the shock darts being thrown at him here, and also not able to get them behind.
Crash to be C9. Well, yeah, and then C9 would also have to. Yeah, C9 still have 2 matches to play, right? So they'd have to lose them both. Oh, right, because one of them is against NRG. Of course, yeah. Ooh. I mean, that was a nice shot. That was a nice shot by Pala. I am impressed with Pala. He does look like he's got some... it does look like he's got some talent.
Always going to think of MiBR, of Gen G, falling into that category.
Gaga Bisque, thank you for the 4 months.
Have you read the first Law series?
I have read the first Law series. They're very, very good, Gaga. Appreciate the recommendation. Yes, they're very good. By the way, if you responded, Kayla, I missed the message, so I still don't know how to pronounce your name. Just, I didn't mean to donor wall, it just disappeared in the chat. Okay, but only showcasing that single player over towards B main, and it's the Cypher, means that Havoc should not realize all of these players over towards B. I think this is going to catch Havoc a bit off guard. They did respond. I think you got it right. It's Kayla. Oh, nice. I popped off. Kayla. Kayla? Yeah. It's Kayla, it's Gaelic, yeah. The beginning is spelled the same as Kaylee. Like, you know, where people get together and play Irish music and dance. So, I had some level of idea.
There's a potential double face here into the cross to market for MiBR. They need to be wary of this. No, they're going to be stacked up high-low. They're expecting the top mid take from MiBR.
An issue here is, though, they know Havoc is on this site, but they have not dealt with these
Alright. Liazzi picks it up. Are we playing full off-site post-plant here? Yeah, apart from Mazine. How's Mazine going to survive this one? Got a reflank coming? Hello? Mazine turned the flash, looked at Khalil, and then pretended that Khalil didn't exist. But because Mazine died, Artazine has an amazing timing here. Artazine should wait, though. Wait, Artazine. Wait, brother. Well, Artazine's actually managed to find 2 kills, so that's kind of sick from him. But I kind of like the idea of him being the wave after the B main. I suppose he did actually find that timing too. The rest of Furia were very focused on B main when he took the timing.
These flanks have been so well executed, and Furia,
But I wanted him to take the timing after the aftershock, and he took it at the same time. But I think that's really nitpicky.
surely at this point they've got to be expecting this from him.
I mean, they had
Adazine should stay, in my opinion. I mean, there's a few players on MiBR that I think have shown a bit of promise as well. I thought that Liazzi actually looked fairly good when he was playing with Furia at the start of the season. I think Liazzi's looked alright when he's been playing for MiBR. He looks like he could be an alright piece of a team. He's not going to light the world on fire, but I mean, we're scraping the barrel in order to pick up a third level of strong Brazilian talent. And yeah, I think that Adzane's been alright as well. Dave Cutie, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Appreciate it. Thank you. Mr. Humpty Dumpty, do you indulge yourself in breakfast cereals? Well, this morning I had a smoothie instead, but yeah, usually I would eat breakfast cereal. I'm secretly lost between MW0 and Nolzua and New Zera. Well, New Zera is not in any way from the Americas. New Zera is French. Or Belgian, but I think French. And also, you don't have to worry about New Zera anymore because he's not. He's not in the scene.
I'm looking to see as well at some point here. Maybe Furia will go for
Stephen Liggy's belly button. Thank you for the gifted tier 1 sub to Kia Starmer. Welcome, Kia.
Shandi notably has the null commands.
Wow, the Prime Minister in the chat. Feast, thank you for the 16 months. This is the game of the year. The battle of the century.
Will force Havoc off the angle. He actually retreats not to the back of B, but to market. Because mid is not held.
At what point do we get to ban people for their usernames? Oh, go crazy with it. You can ban Kia Starmer if you like. Noted sub of the channel. Wet Wilby, thank you for the tier 1. Now that's a good name. That's a great name.
Like this confidence from Pilot. Knows he's safe to move into this space now. Mid definitely smoked up as Furia look to set up. Maybe gonna interrupt with
Here we go. Little flash through. Oh, Adazine had an idea that was going to happen, but couldn't get out the cam quickly enough. Or didn't get out the cam. Could have, certainly. React into A from MiBR. Parler's about to get the showstopper back in 3 seconds. Oh my god, if you swing, then you die, and then you don't have the ult to stop them from retaking. A little bit less on the W stick. And Havoc's behind them. It's over. I haven't really watched too much of other countries' Taskmaster. I watched a little bit of the New Zealand one, I think it was. And like one episode of the Aussie one. But I didn't think it hit the same. I thought they missed some of the magic. DJ Plonker, thank you for the 3 months. Amazing. Amazing. Why do you guys like Taskmaster? It's so boring. Okay, well, you've just outed yourself. Insane self-report as having no taste. It's an excellent format. And generally speaking, I think improv comedy ends up hitting harder than scripted comedy, which a lot of American shows are very scripted comedy. I just don't find them that funny. I can appreciate them, like, oh, this is really well written, like, this is amusing, but I don't find it funny.
Operator in the hands of MW, and now the thrash. A bit of further delay, aftershock as well. It all connects, but
Right, Adazine going for it. Here's the reflank coming back through mid, similar to before. Alright, MiBR are getting a lot of success over towards B. I'd like to see them head in that direction a bit more. There should be a Medigun equivalent in Valorant. What, that can Uber people? Are you insane? Like, if you get a certain amount of healing over the course of the game, you build up the ultimate? What? What? Invulnerability or shooting critical hits? You hit a headshot, it kills people twice. Yeah, I've watched a lot of Whose Line Is It anyway. I think Whose Line, both the US and the UK version, are very good. Shooting the Dizzy. Body blocking MW as he tries to leave. Alt stick into spawn on an anti-eco. Insane behavior from Mazine. You're just fucking Uber Eatsing them a rifle into their own spawn. Alright, how much does it cost, this Uber Eats order? Whoa, one player? Ooh, one little player for a Vandal? I'll take that every day of the week. 1 for 1 and a fresh delivery. Dropout stuff is fantastic, yeah.
Just make his escape with Rich. Get back. Again, it's planted for B main. They can play this safe. They can just spam down those diffusers.
I don't think this is I don't care energy. This is actually quite similar to what MiBR have been doing all year.
The only issue is with Mazin down.
Just because the 0 and 8 team is playing like a 0 and 8 team doesn't mean they don't care. Do they? Oh my god, they're not stopping the defuse. Kill 4 of them, but they... Oh, it looked like the plant was a little bad. The plant looked like it was a little too far back compared to normal. It knocked off their spray. Does Plonker count as a cuss word? No, QWERTY. Plonker would be completely acceptable. Have you ever seen Nathan For You? No, I haven't, Scrublord. I've not even heard of it. I have had a good day today, actually. Ender, thank you for the 19 months. And Tobster, thanks for the new Prime sub as well. Whoops. There's an ad break that starts in 11 seconds. I'm going to hit snooze on that one, but then it's going to kick off in 5 minutes instead.
Recon comes through, just dodged barely by Paula there. Perhaps some false info.
Good for Furia getting to play a team that are genuinely significantly better than them. Who are you talking about? Who are you talking about?
We're taking advantage of that and walking up, so further delay.
Khalil's got about to get busy. Crosshair placement broken by Parla with the satchel across. Not affected by the paranoia here though. A lot of that utility.
A little wonky on the movement there while blind. Flash, repeak, looking lovely there. Dude, Khalil... It's so fucking annoying watching Khalil play this well at the end of the season when all the pressure's off. Why can't this guy play well for more than 2 weeks out of a year? It's like a fucking meme. He's just bookended his career in VCT with good performances, but the book itself, all the pages are blank. Like, it's got a banging intro, an incredible epilogue, but all of the middle of the book is just blank. Oh, the timing. Rough from Rich. He's a 2-week wonder. He'll give you 2 good weeks a year. Oh, that's a nice 1v2 from Artazine. That is nice. Yeah, I'm going to be casting some of the America's playoff games.
Now with those 3K flanks on B, 1 versus 2 clutch. Rich got a bit scrambled in.
MiBR looked alright during kickoff. Like, they had some decent team play, but they looked like they had potential. They didn't look like they were genuinely good. They looked like, oh, maybe this is something they can build from. And then they just didn't do anything with it all year.
Big value. He played that corner so well.
I will gift or purchase for myself 5 subs if you genuinely don't enjoy Nathan For You at all. Okay, alright. I'll take that. Where can I watch it, though? I guess I'll just Google it. I'll figure it out. I don't need to be handheld through the entire interaction of consuming media. Are they waiting for the smoke to drop here? Or have they got any utility? No, just waiting for the smoke to drop. Bizarre way of playing that from MiBR. And it cost them 2 kills. MW continues going forwards after getting 2.
Risky from MW to take another, but he was feeling himself in that scenario, was confident in taking another.
Should be fine for Furia, though. Mud, men in the mud, just bad setups for fights for MiBR. So many bad setups for fights. Like, this ult into spawn was hilarious. Letting this smoke dissipate and taking the duel like that, pretty hilarious as well. The B post plants have been fairly solid over towards B, and then they've just ignored them and haven't gone in that direction again. Final round with a couple of players on ecos, but we could send another final round towards
They certainly
We could send another final round towards
They
B.
can just play for this retake, right? I mean, they have the man advantage. They have great utility here. Shanti has a 0 point. There's a retake
Now,
for Nas where
I say this, but MiBR might end up winning this round.
much to get back in.
They have the site completely for free. They're incentivized to do something aggressive because they're in a 3v4, and if they do something aggressive, they'll find that they have a lot of map control to work with. They're not doing anything aggressive. Even though they're down a player, this is the point at which they play disciplined.
Link cleared by
You probably need to make a play here, but I guess you can just try to pop off. Horrible peaks from Nozra and Khalil, man. I mean, Rich has just won the round with the molly, even if Ardazine doesn't pick that up. Alright, Ardazine's fucking owning them. Wins a 1v2 and then gets a 2k in that spot. Oh my god. Oh my god. Did they try to wide double swing that and they just ended up getting bullet tagged by the Phantom? Is that how they ended up dying? I want to see the Artazine 2k again. Never mind.
It's been absolutely astounding. Constantly having an outsized impact in his position.
Yeah, I mean, if Furia started building around MW on Flex and Nozwa on Initiator, I'd be pretty happy with a rebuild with those two players. And then if MiBR rebuilt around Parla and Ardazine, maybe even keeping Liazi. The problem is always like, who do you actually bring up? I don't know enough about the Brazilian tier 2 scene. But maybe they could make some mixed rosters that weren't... Like, maybe they could tap into some of the LATAM talent.
Why aren't you in America? Did they take the break room craft table situation that badly? It was only 30
I don't know what situation you're referring to. We do get round 12. They go for the B hit. Parla destroyed. They're not going for the reflank. Somebody should be watching for the reflank though. Yeah, and it is. Khalil is watching for the reflank, which means there's only one player pushing B main. So all of the conditioning they did by constantly reflanking through market, they did it 2 times previously. That pulled Khalil in this direction and made them unable to deal with the B main post plan. Alright, well done from MiBR to take that back up to 6-6 at the half. A genuinely good play from Ardazine.
On offense, taking it nice and chill there, staying a little hydrated too. 2 clean spray downs. You know, Havoc really getting exploited on this B site. It was a little bit odd that they were having him play solo, so aggro in main.
Run ads over this halftime. I think I just. Yeah, all right. I'm running the advert right now. That was just accidental. That just happens to be 5 minutes later, but I'm running it. Jabrattle, thank you for the tier 3 sub. Thank you for the 51 months, and thank you for the tier 3 sub.
Did you and B watch the F1 today?
Yes, we did. It was surprisingly good. It was surprisingly good. I tend not to watch, but I was just kind of chilling in the living room, and I ended up getting hooked into it. The ending was tense. It's always better when it rains. Based off stats alone, blows from the 7 in Brazil challenges is popping off in a lot of roles. I'll be looking at him. Yeah, I'm sure they'll do some trialing processes. But I think both teams have got 2, maybe 3 players that they can rebuild around. The problem is just part of the rebuilding. They might end up having to go back to players that we know aren't that good because they can't find anything better. Newbie Warrior, thank you for the 20 months. And Hoids, thanks for the 48 months as well. It's not coming home? No, it is coming home. It being the Euros and home being England. The Broheim, thank you for the Prime. Havoc was meant to be up next, no? Yeah, I mean, Havoc ended up... Havoc had to drop out of playing in Tier 2, apparently because of performance anxiety issues. And despite the fact that he did look good in Tier 2, I think those same performance anxiety problems have just stopped him from performing at all at the Tier 1 level. Like, he's just been... Up until they got eliminated, he was a non-factor in all of their games. He wasn't even inconsistent. He was just consistently making horrible decisions. I think it looked like he was in his head the whole season.
Certainly, MiBR weren't expecting to go up against
No, it
this
wasn't
squad.
because his contract ran out. I was talking to some people about it, and listen. Anyway, what I heard, maybe it's not 100% true, but what I heard was it was, yeah, mental based, not to do with his contract situation.
On the side swap.
Yes, some of the more perceptive of you Twitch chatters have noticed that Noswa is having a bit of a quiet game so far. We're still looking to see how the Sova really fits into this comp. I think now on the attacking side, right? When it comes
So
to
I think he's another player that would benefit a lot from having a bit more experience in tier 2.
push on in, we might
Or maybe he would benefit from having experience in like a team like MiBR, where he's on a bottom team in tier 1, and they understand that like at some point if he fixes the issue, he'll be really, really good for them. But they need to do some serious work on that. Wow, what a collapse into mid. That looked like a hard read. I mean, they were playing inside the smoke, took the first kill, popped out afterwards. Looked like an anti.
Hoping he'd get his first on the board there. What a way to start this.
You mean like Furia? That was literally this year? Yeah, but Furia weren't supposed to be a bottom team. Like, MiBR were kind of going budget. Furia were actually trying to do something this year by rebuilding around MW. Like, they didn't pick up Havoc knowing that he was going to not be very good. They picked up Havoc hoping that he was going to be up next.
They still got a shot if they win against FNATIC, but doesn't look like they're going to keep anyone
And
but
for a
Max
team that has only
lead.
been able to practice with each other
Maybe
for a
invest
couple
into
weeks. I mean, they
Turkish talent
started
like
week
Izzy.
1, they were playing with...
I don't know what I would do with Liquid. I think Liquid have been one of the most mismanaged orgs across Valorant. And trying to either predict what they will do next or advise them on what to do next is very difficult. They...
Fraud taking the reins there.
Yeah.
Nearly a pure eco. MW is going to bring the Sheriff into this round. All right.
They had pretty horrendous management of that, like, you know, Scream Navera Yampi era of Liquid. Sliggy left because nobody would IGL, and they just, I don't know. Why was Sliggy not put in a position to make roster changes on that team? I don't know. I've never asked Sliggy about that either. But then also the fact that they got rid of Safe. Madness. Like, they've just made so that every change has been bad for that team.
Good swing from him to clean that up. Pretty nerve-wracking when that crossfire
So,
should have gotten a lot of value against the
yeah, who
Colossus.
knows what Liquid are gonna do.
1 for 2, that is really tough.
Koi versus Gentlemate is even more important than this one. The thing is, neither Koi nor Gentlemate's are winless. So, I disagree.
Was expecting him to just go down maybe 1 for 1, possibly not even getting any. So really well done.
Alright, let's see.
Furia member that has
19 kills for Artazine heading into round 15. He's in spawn at the moment though, so he's not really going to be doing too much. Pala has 3 players with light armor that he can hit.
Nas were there as well, 2 of the light armor players.
Artazine doesn't want to take the duel. He's got a bulldog, even though he's got a hot hand.
On the B side for now, it's a through spawn rotation to start to put some pressure on A. At least probe a little bit of Mudzine.
Bring Eric and Doombros together for the greatest Nepo coaching staff. They used to coach together. I just think it wasn't public that that Emil was helping Doombros.
There has been a Furia player left behind in B lobby.
MiBR just hoping that if the hit comes in on B, Paula can take that first contact, will be enough of a distraction that Artzine's position in the corner will be the one to clean up, get a few kills.
It's wild that Navi dropped Doombros and then immediately imploded. I think those two are very related. Not necessarily cause and effect, but an extremely large symptom of the problem, and then another symptom of the problem.
Unreal. The lowest rated player in America's after stage 1 really starting to come alive.
He's absolutely just fucking rolled him. The lowest rated player of America's after stage 1 is starting to come alive. Meanwhile, 6 and 11 got a kill on somebody with their back turned to him. I mean, no need, he's already dead. Oh god.
Trying to get that defuse on, but eventually Nozwa gets him. Furia finally
Hey Gary, how's it going? I'm new to Valorant. Which role should have...
Which role should have the most
nearly
kills per
getting
game?
bonused,
Is it
which would have been the
duelist,
game falling
or does
completely
this
out of
stuff
their
not even
hands.
matter?
It doesn't really matter, to be honest with you. Like, over the long term, you don't want to look at one map and be like, X was playing badly because they didn't top frag. Over the long term, you would expect it to be the duelist, though, unless somebody's extraordinarily good at a certain role. Like, sometimes the Sentinel players can have really high amounts of kills as well, because they have a lot of set and forget utility, and they can get aggressive off other people's util, but usually it's going to be the duelists. But also, again, it only matters if you're looking at large sample size. You don't really want to look at one map and be like, Furia, MW played really badly because he didn't top frag there. It's more like, over the entire season, is MW the strongest fragger on the team, or, you know, that kind of thing. Even then, it's not that useful for analysis.
While the heads were turned for MiBR, they get in and onto the site.
And now how do they play this? It looks like Shanti wants to go forward. No, they are just going to retreat. Play from B main, play for the spam.
Good evening, Kyoya. How's it going? Alright, nice trade. How much utility do they use before they start applying pressure into B main? They still have all of their breach util. They still have nade. Okay, so they use nade very early on. Knife doesn't catch onto anyone, I don't think. Aftershock used.
Aftershock also been deployed here by the defenders. Shani knows that someone's coming at him through the smoke. He's able to get him and clear that.
Oh, Liazi.
Can he stop
Oh,
the defuse?
oh, 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 they got the defuse. Oh, man.
That is a tragedy.
Oh, man.
Liazi just ran through and killed the player in B main.
Trying to replicate of Art's in from the first
Tragic.
That elusive presence from the Cypher that was such a thorn in Furia's
Yeah, that's true. Just because teams are good at, like, just because players are good at getting frags doesn't mean that they're winning either.
It's a cool execute that they tried. It's reminiscent of something that Fnatic actually used to do on Haven.
MiBR with very, very little weaponry, though, at the end of that. I mean, look at the weaponry they're running here. This is shite. This is shite on both teams, actually. This is like a broken by versus broken by round. Whoa, MW is so deep in off the back of that. The Aftershock stopped anybody else getting out, but he took a timing, and he's won his duel. And he's found an unexpected timing onto Liazi. Liazi was hoping that Rich had contact there, I think. Yeah, MW's opportunism there just won them this round, I think. Donald, hot take? Ah, here we go. Hot take. You should continue the Dirge run during the off-season. This is me asking very politely, but you don't have a redeem for that? You think I should add a redeem that just says, ask Sideshow something very politely? Yeah, I'd like to do that. As soon as my PC is actually fixed up, I definitely want to play some Baldur's Gate because I want to see how beautiful I can make it look, whilst it still runs at reasonable FPS. Hot take. Team Liquid signs MCE and gives him full reins of signing players and the assistant coach. They win champs the same year. Yeah, I mean, genuinely though, I think that's the kind of thing that Team Liquid should be trying to do. They should be going to a coach that has a good reputation for like building teams and saying, hey, listen, our team, we haven't been able to get the best out of them. We have, like, Nats is guaranteed. These kind of people we would like to keep, but you can cut them if you would like. Please make us a roster that's going to be good. I think that would be far better for them.
Don't want to get overactive against this eco.
Because also, Liquid are in a great spot because in theory they can tap into a bunch of North American talent. The problem is just that the North American orgs usually offer higher salaries from what I understand. But maybe Liquid do? I'm not exactly sure. I know a lot of the European orgs don't, though.
Has really made it feel like they've never been in control.
Furia probed there, found that elbow kill and went straight back to B. But MiBR had enough time to respond and actually are stacked here for it.
People would have shit on them if they didn't pick up the best EMEA Tier 2 core. Well, I mean, would they? It depends what the other option was. You're not really presenting another option there.
Could have been ugly.
Good rotate in, good stack there from MiBR. Significant damage done. Keeps Furia's economy there very honest, actually, as we head into this next, which is an incredibly pivotal round. But there are many, many big ultimates active right now. Nosler with the Hunters.
Bro thinks an Org would ask a coach to do whatever they want. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely... Orgs definitely go to coaches and ask them, like, here's your budget, build as a team. That's very normal. Do you think Loud implode in the offseason? I think it does seem like they're going to look to try to make some changes. I would imagine that Sadek's going to be... I don't know. I would imagine that he's a little frustrated with how it went this year. They probably need to readjust their system. It doesn't seem... It seems very Shipper Theseus at the moment for Loud. It's not really the same Loud. They need to figure out... Oh, wow. Parla. Oh, with the showstopper as well. Nice from Parla. Parla and Artazine really doing damage. Yeah, I think they need to figure out what the system looks like for the future, Loud. Like, what they want the coaches to be covering, what they want the IGL to be covering. Like, can they actually sign a team that's built in a more standard manner? Do they have the resources to be able to put together a Brazilian super team without Aspas or Sassio Pancada? I mean, I suppose they could have Pancada. Oh my god. Oh, Havoc. It's so annoying watching Havoc, man. He's clearly skilled, but he couldn't do this at any point during the season. Nice.
Outrageous recovery. The rookie from Brazil at the beginning of this season now going up against the even fresher rookies that
I'd laugh if they just get Aspas back. If they do, that would imply that Loud are willing to invest more than they have been in the past.
He's cool, calm, collected, locked in.
Fantastic jiggle peaks from him.
Which teams do you have your eye on to be real contenders as we finish stage 2 and head into champions?
Getting more proactive in one of those moments when they had sent out the paranoia, perhaps. You know, of course, that smoke was
real contenders to like win champs.
Can't be, mad at that slow play, just waiting out for the
Heretics.
Waiting. Havoc taking matters into his own hands.
I mean, probably it would be silly to not say Gen G, although recent performances don't indicate that, but Gen G, for sure. It would be daft not to have them in the conversation.
There were definitely people that were calling for his head after stage 1, thinking
then
he needed to be replaced, but they stuck with him. They gave him
could Lev continue this into playoff games?
I mean, listen, perhaps
I need to see America's playoffs before I'm confident in any team from America's, to be honest with you.
But when you're looking to the future,
I'm not really sold on any of the America's teams yet, because I guess G2 could make a serious run at champions. I suppose, yeah, you still have to have G2 in there. Do I believe, like, outside shots of people like Foot or PaperX, but do I really believe that they could win champions? Not really. They'd have to be on fire at the tournament in order to win, based on what they've shown this year, both of those teams. I guess like Fnatic, if they were on fire as well. And to be honest, there's just so much other stuff that could go weirdly. And like in Americas, there's a lot of teams that are outside shots, but I'm waiting for playoffs to try to figure out who the more sensible options are. Because it's like, it could be Lev, 100 Thieves, Sen. Are there really any other teams though? Maybe it's just those three behind G2. But I'm not exactly sure which of them are gonna either pick it back up in the sense of 100 Thieves or continue it in the sense of Lev or drop off, you know?
Waiting on some of those abilities to come back online, but we're now down under 40 seconds
I think 100,000 Sen are in a pretty similar position, to be honest, where they've actually got some really, really good game plans. It's just about how they actually turn up on the day. And at the moment, the 100 Thieves turning up on the day is so much worse than it was. Yeah, I need to see some better performances from Cryo. Yeah, Abyss could just throw a giant fucking wrench in the works. It's over, this one, isn't it? Nice, perfectly done. Perfectly done. You forgot to mention Na'Vi? No, I didn't forget.
It all began with that first shot from Paula getting the man advantage. Furia were hoping that with that noise cut and a bit of pressure, there would be rotations off, but that pressure from Havoc came just a little bit too late. There was no moment for MiBR to even really consider actually rotating off because the round had gotten so
I don't think G2 could win champs. I think it's possible. I think they've done the hard work to get there. Like, when it comes to tournaments, right? There's like a base level that you have to be at in order to have a chance. And then a lot of it is like, do you have some really cool idea that's going to get you across the line in a big game? Do you have some really good players in form that are going to get you across the line in big games? And I think G2 have hit the base level of like, they have extraordinarily good calling, fundamentals, team play. And if their players have, if you got the best for one tournament out of Trent, Jonah P, IC, Valen, etc., you know, the whole team was performing, then they'd be in a spot where they could win against any of the teams. Are they going to be favorites? Would they win against other teams who are also on fire? No, but like that's not what usually happens. Normally one team is having a nutty run.
Basically holds the barrel up to his own forehead there. Still a plant though for Furia. Mazin now being pushed here inside Boba. Aftershock to force MW0 off the angle and he's hit by a flash. It's Havoc already found 3 in this round though. Furia.
When I'm watching the EG versus Heretics finals, I remember what teams all you dumbasses were talking about. I mean, I would expect Heretics to be there. I don't think we've seen the form from the EG players to be able to hang. Those are the kind of players that are too inconsistent so far for me to have a belief that they could put it together for a whole tournament. Could they get big upset wins over teams? Absolutely. If they went to champs, could they like knock out a tournament favorite? Yeah, I think they could, but could they put it together game after game in order to win? Nah, I don't think so. I don't think they could even do it in these playoffs, really. Although you don't have to win as many in the playoffs compared to winning champs. No, I don't think Sen doesn't have a shot. I haven't been dazzled by them that much recently, so they're probably going to make it to champs. They've probably got some kind of shot, but I'd like to see more of them before I feel confident.
Evolved into a Cypher showdown. Both of them on attack going crazy. Both even at 22 for 14. Putting on a show. This is just a Cypher dominant map as well. The agent has so much influence here.
MiBR just took a contact peek to B lobby. I think they're surmising that is the Cypher side of the map for Furia.
You chilling at the pool, Liz? Vibe. That is a vibe.
Forward line. Parla wants to chase this. Frenzy in hand. Can't quite get to grips with Havoc though as he's able to abscond over towards the middle part of the map.
Alright, Furia are going to accelerate over towards A. They know that there was quite a few players over there.
With all that noise made from the defenders in B main, Furia feel
nice. Sounds nice.
with working up towards A.
Unksane vibe? Okay, let me try that one again. Oh, you had a day at the pool. That's such a chill type beat. Is that better for you? Do I now sound like I'm fucking down with the lingo?
He was on top of the box, has that angle over the smoke. Heads up from him to get
Relax, Unk. Significantly worse, actually. Dude, I don't know. I can't win. He got them both. Shandy got them both. Goomba Kicker, thank you for the 41 months. The wardrobe. Oh, please don't lose this, though. Okay.
And he's got nowhere to go. Trapped by Furia, who have no reason to
Unk is Gen Z slang. It's like, you know, the old guy, the uncle.
He is finding his value in this second half. A couple rounds now with really big impact.
The wardrobe in Americas found a hoodie for Bren that said, "Survive the Unk." Like, how wild is that? It was supposed to be a play on Survive the Funk, but they hadn't put the F there, so it was UNK.
slow it down when they realized they had that player advantage and time was not on MiBR's side. Here we go. Important round. Finally, MiBR can buy out.
But that is fucking funny.
Shandy, crucially, one away from the null command, and on the opposing side, Pala is one away from the showstopper. There's nothing particularly proactive to get either of the orbs yet, though with Furia.
Bren wearing that stood next to me. Death by Unk. Me and Vansily, Vansily Golden Boy throwing out the fucking old references. Not even old school, just genuinely old.
And that deters them to some degree. MW0 lingered. But look at this, yeah. Havoc has gotten so far up mid.
Alright, are we ready for the repop? You know the ciphers here? Are you going to send it with the null command?
And look, if Artzin does get captured by this null command, that trip in marker will be turned off. Havoc will have a
Dude, almost all slang that is used in America is like just Ave that people have picked up. That's how the language works. It goes from Ave to the LGBT community, to the youths, to the unks.
MiBR trying to get Liazi here into Bow, but that will be smoked.
Smoke to try to plant safely, but it's just a tap. Khalil works to stairs now. Paranoia remaining. 2 flashes for Liazi as well.
Paranoia being lined up here. Liazi has to go.
Well, that paranoia got dodged by the Omen ultimate.
We're raw 2v2. The game on the line. Tough for the defenders to break this. Khalil sweeps. He's gotten 3 in that last.
All right. It was well played by MiBR, but Furia got there in the end. Talking their shit. The players that have kind of been struggling the most all year, stepping up towards the end as one final victory spurt. Just popping when it doesn't matter anymore. This better not drag onto a third map. No. Surely. That was a great shot by Pala. I feel like Pala and Ardazino. Yeah, I like both of those players. Is the roster from MiBR new? They swapped 3 players around in the middle of the year. They got rid of FRZ, JCZ, and... Chat, help me out here. Who did they even get rid of? Who was the third player? They got rid of JCZ, FRZ, and... Oh yeah, the Wriggle Master. How could I forget the Wriggle Master?
Every time I needed a new phone, I had to switch carriers.
I told him at Verizon, everyone.
My points? I'll give you your points.
Like that iPhone 15 on them.
Switching all the time, it wasn't easy.
35. You're gonna be here forever.
Here's your wireless contract.
Another hot take? The way to fix NRG is for Avast and Albert Dicko Mode to take over the team with the backing of Andy Miller and lead them to back-to-back wins. Did Avast really do that with the Florida Mayhem? I don't know. Goomba Kicker, thank you for the 41 months as well. Kex, thank you for the 30 bits. Liquid have good salary, especially now in theory through the Esports World Cup, more money to invest. I mean, that doesn't mean shit. Just because teams are getting revenue in does not mean that they turn that into salary, by the way. But even if they do, where are you getting that source from that Liquid have good salary? I mean, that's just actual one guy. Do you expect Abyss to be permabanned by most teams? Yes, most teams, not all teams. And that'll mean that it gets played at some point, but not very often. Has Valorant esports declined in popularity over the last few years? No. It's got more viewers than it did previously. Has it declined in certain regions? Maybe. I mean, we don't get to see that data. But over the whole world, the viewership is up. I mean, in China, it's up enormously. You and MiBR hand you a contract next season.
I'll be honest with you guys, I don't really have. Did I just get fucking drafted? It doesn't look like he's played a lick of sports.
Dude, where the fuck did they get this? Did I just get fucking where did they get this video? That's like 10 minutes ago. Did I just get drafted? Are you moving to Detroit? I don't know. How did they?
That was me getting signed for the fucking Florida Mayhem when I beat Yankee. Please react to this very important Heretics clip.
What the was that? We have Igor on team. Hey Wood, can you try? So you're gonna make mini Bushai? Weber, say ara. No, normal voice. That was my normal voice. Say Uvo. You will.
Damn,
Please, bro, I beg you stop.
Why? Why are they just walking Weber? Why are they doing that to Weber? Oh my god. Yeah, I watched England, Switzerland. That's why it's coming home. I haven't watched Valorant for about 2 years. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty... Honestly, it's not in too dissimilar of a place as it was 2 years ago. It's, like, got a slightly different format and system and stuff like that, but it's pretty similar levels of popularity. It hasn't gone up much, it hasn't gone down much, as far as I can tell. Unless you're in China. But, like, the Western viewership seems to be pretty similar. Like, I think 2022 we were having, like, a mil concurrence for champs, and now that's... Yeah, it's like 1.4 for Madrid. I haven't seen the viewership data for Shanghai. I assume it went down a little bit because of the time zone. So it's, you know, it's around the same. Northern Lions sweep you all this Wednesday. I read that exactly the same as you, Dog Seal. I did not read that as Netherlands.
Artisan was really imbalancing the game for us there. But like Sunset is a map that we are
giving credit to Artisan. Okay.
We are very confident.
All right. Well, best of luck.
Wait, did he say Sunset is a map where we're really confident?
Round 3 here, which Furia were able to take and win out in their bonus round to get off.
A lot of my console friends are really into it after playing the beta. Yeah, I should try on console, but that would require me to get a console. So
they used this jet combo with the KO. Not a very common comp you see on this map, but they went for a little dive play here. Tried to hunt it down. It's a good
it's a cool idea from Fury.
But I like seeing Furia in
I didn't see it, Kexa. In what way did Germany get robbed?
This round is how MiBR play it out from here. They put a lot of presence into
I'm Silver 3 on PC and drop 45 kills every game on console. Really? People just don't know how to play the game.
And you'll see, they'll go into mid, they'll clear it out, they'll make sure that Furia haven't stepped up and stayed in that.
I wouldn't use a console if I had one. B had a PS4 or something, and we just never used it.
Important because you'll see that MiBR haven't really locked themselves into an A finish. They've got 3 people over here in main, Breach is over in tiles, and they still left Artzine over in main.
Planchette makes more innuendos and co-streams since I last watched. I don't know why. I can't tell you. But as we've got older, suddenly the horny posting has taken over. I can't tell you why.
On this side of the map, and this is where I believe MiBR could fall into their call, where they're going to fake a hit into this A site. That Cypher over there playing that far up, that dude is by himself 99 times out of 100. So they set up to send Paula up forward. They show that fault line there too, but all the while they're actually sending their spike back into the B site.
It's not me. It's not me, because I was involved in the co-streams last time. It's not me.
This is a fine call from MiBR, but they make a few
Grad and Sad, thank you for the 30 months.
Paula, instead of sticking around into A and maybe coming here to fight.
Toj the Modge, thank you for the 21 months as well. It's not me. I'm not the problem.
Has a great timing, but 900 bullets end up missing.
Yeah, I think it's Wyatt. Genuinely, the Jelking stuff was all Wyatt, and then it took a life of its own. But at the beginning, it was Wyatt. Wyatt also was the one who said Superdome on the pod as well, on the podcast, on the pod. I've started saying things unironically that originally I said ironically as a joke, and it's fucking killing me. Without Avast? Avast doesn't horny post as much. His brain is too frantic to stay on one track for that long.
Right, I'm joined by MiBR's coach, Fraud. Now, the boys have only won one map during this regular season, so I'm kind of curious to know.
Sussy foot names? I wasn't even there for that, LJ Breeze, so you can't blame me for that.
We've got to really fix up those rounds that we have the advantage. I think our discipline and our communication is getting a little bit chaotic, and we're forgetting some of the fundamentals, some of the basics of trading together, what we plan on doing with some of these abilities and stuff. So I think that's a big focus of what I was talking to the boys just now, that if we correct some of those mistakes, then we should hopefully be able to close this out, because I think we had a really good advantage. I think the game was looking more in our favor despite a slow start, but we gave up too many rounds that we shouldn't have, and at the end of the day, we deserve to lose that because of those situations.
Yeah, well, hopefully we'll see this get pushed from map 3. Best of luck.
Dude, I like this between map segment. It's tight. Come in straight onto the telestrator, send it onto the, or come in onto the coach interview, go over to the telestrator, back to the other coach interview, then set up the next map. Dude, tight. Tight. Don't. What are you talking? Why are you all? I'm not being horny at all. Do you see the problem here? Do you see the problem here? I say anything that could be in any way a euphemism, like at all. It isn't. But if you tried to twist it in your perverted minds, you could. And you immediately take that version of it. Yeah, caught. That's right, caught. Absolutely. Twist it? That's, again, look what you're doing here. Look what you're doing. Of course. Of course. You're the problem. You guys are the problem. You people out there. Some kind of sick, twisted reflection of me. Well. If it isn't the consequences of your actions, that's not my I did nothing to deserve this. Can you tell the American broadcast to put the coach timeout stats like they do in the Pacific? What do you mean? You mean I haven't watched a lot of the Pacific Desk stuff because I only watch the VODs. So I haven't really watched what they've been doing. Do they have like graphs of what the win rate is like coming out of the timeout, or what do you mean? They have post-timeout win rate? I think that, I know that this is a popular stat. I think it's a silly stat. Because a lot of teams are going to take their timeouts right before an eco round to talk about the next gun round. And that's just going to tank the stat. Like, I think it's just a straight up silly stat.
100 Thieves on this map. MiBR honestly got rolled. 100 Thieves had some great fundamentals.
Consider this, it is funny.
Versus a Furia that I think actually had a really
but it's genuinely disingenuous. If I use far too many words for no reason.
I'm wondering how aggro Artzine's going to be getting on his attacking side.
What about a win percentage on the next buy round stat? That would go hard, right? Yeah, maybe. Unfortunately, the game is very, very bad at distinguishing buy rounds, so you wouldn't be able to pull those automatically. For some reason, well, no, I know exactly the reason why, and I've talked to the developers about changing it, and it's very difficult to change. Not because the game's badly coded, but because defining what a thrifty round is that's accurate through an algorithm is actually way more complicated than it seems. It just gets so many, like, it gets so many bad false positives or false negatives. At the moment, it just has a shit ton of, like, it just doesn't detect a bunch of thrifty rounds. But you don't really want false positives. So. My favorite are the horrible stats you guys showed about Super after like 3 games in Owl. That one was fucking hilarious. That was all the people in production as well. That was so funny. We were just on the desk, I think. I was on the desk that day. And they just ran a fucking stat card that nobody asked for that said super bad on it. Just because I think they liked the pun of it being like Superbad, the movie. And it was just like terrible stats from Super. Dust Angle, thank you for the Prime. It still bothers him to this day. It was funny, but it was incredibly out of pocket, and none of us requested it.
Some Raptors presence, at least for Havoc. Clearing that turret of Artazine away, now no longer can take contact for him.
Do you have any opinions about using third-party stats like rating on broadcast? Yeah, I think it's a good idea. I actually want to make a video, though, about VLR's rating system, because people don't understand how it works, and it is broken, but not in the way that people think. I did a video, or I prepped a video about it. I just haven't had time to record it. But there was a really funny game that. Oh, Artazine continuing to fire. But yeah, there was a very funny map that I used as an example. And I found the map because there was a Reddit thread about it saying VLR rating is completely fucking broken. Look at this. And it was, who was it? It was Maltzy's team. What the fuck are we looking at a replay of Diet Milk for? What's that team called, chat? Why can't I remember their names? Apex. Yeah, with Kajak and Maltzy.
So how long it took Havoc, right? It takes time. Not easy to get opportunities locally.
Yeah, they played against... Dude, I can't even remember who they played against. But it was when Kajak had like 30 kills, Maltzy had 12 or something, and Maltzy had a higher rating than him.
Investment into the Sheriff. Artzin, fourth already on the board. And with that Ghost...
Oh, it's Farago the Great. Hello, how's it going? Yeah, basically TLDR Farago the Great. Your system where it devalues eco, like anti-eco kills, I think is good. But you don't devalue anti-eco assists. And so that means that when people are on agents that farm assists, people are getting more rating for the assist anti-eco kills than the people are getting for getting the kills, which completely fucks things up. And it's always people with like low deaths who have high amounts of assists that are getting these fraudulently high ratings, because also assists are broken in this game. They're horrendously broken. But I can give you some very good examples from that map that I think that'll illustrate how I think it should be changed. But I still think the starting point of devaluing anti-eco kills is a good idea. Because that's always what happens when somebody's got crazy high ACS and like a lower rating. At least most of the time it's because they were just farming ecos. Like I think in that game, a third or something of Kajak's kills were eco farming. I love getting 1 million assists as Viper, yeah, or as KO, where all you have to do is detect someone at any point in the round, or smokes, where someone just has to be walking through your smoke, or yeah, the assists setup is just not very good. But I actually think the VLR rating system in general is like a pretty good starting point. Not overrating kills as much. Yeah, the rating system's never going to be as good as CS. One of the other things that's really good actually, Farago, but patch 5.12 gave KO and the controllers an immense amount of resistance. The rating was built before that. Right. VLR's API currently doesn't have info about which round the assist came from. Well, that's going to be bad then. I guess you can't. Yeah, you're going to have to devalue assists a lot then, I think. Which kind of sucks. Yeah, not having info about which round the assist came from is pretty tragic. I don't even understand how the API works, to be honest with you, because it feels like the data that SpikeGG is able to use for their like reconstructed minimap timeline is super good. Like it can tell you when trade kills happened, like when the assists happened, that kind of thing. But yeah. I've been a busy lad. How much mud has there been in this game? It's been like it hasn't been that scrappy, chaotic, crazy. There's been players making bad individual decisions, and there's been players having pop-off moments like Artazine and Havoc as well for towards the end for Furia, but it hasn't been that muddy. It's just been not that great. Whew. Love seeing that fucking kind of like animation cancel. CNED used to pull off that stuff so often as well. Yeah, one of the other things to look at for Argo the Goat, though, for Argo the Great, sorry, is that I can't remember exactly who was doing this, but somebody in the Valorant scene was doing what was it called? Agent adjusted averages for ACS. Can't remember who it was though. And that was a really cool way to like begin creating a system. So I think that might be worth looking into as well. Like trying to normalize the ratings to 1 for each agent rather than normalizing them for each, like for everything. So you're not comparing them against everybody, you're only comparing them against other people that have played Jet. Yeah, it'll be meta dependent, but it'll be, the data will be relevant within the meta. Like if you're comparing meta to meta, it'll be relevant. If you're comparing meta to non-meta, then it'll just be fucking bonkers. But
I mean, we see every AWPer dominate this area, whether it be MW, Ospas, Cryo.
doesn't ACS differentiate between damaging and non-damaging assists? I don't know. I don't exactly know all the stuff that goes into combat score.
Already down. Now we'll have the double back for MiBR to pick that orb up.
I don't think role would really make sense because roles themselves are poorly defined.
Head down on that side.
And if we're lucky, we might just get the Bladestorm battle between Pala, this upcoming duelist that has been brought into America as a challenger's player.
Do I think a major part of Valorant's skill ceiling being untapped is partly not farming ult orbs enough? No. At some points you can farm ult orbs more than teams are, but doing it consistently just means that you're extremely, extremely predictable with how you're pathing in the first, 30 seconds or whatever of the round. Even if there's a really sexy micro objective on the map, you're not going to want to go for it all the time because this game is all about predicting what people are doing. And if you can always predict that your opponents are going to be fighting over an ult orb, that's just like the easiest thing to come up with a plan to deal with.
Mazine is playing from yellow. All of Furia ready to group up here and sweep him away.
And what are you to do when one of our best duelists in America is in the flow?
What's up, dickhead? How's it going?
If you were in charge of building a roster for an EMEA team, which players would you look to sign?
Right now, man. I mean, frankly,
assuming that everybody was a free agent, or like who's the pool of available talent? Because that's his name is Dickhead. What do you want me to call him? Head Dick? Because it's like backwards Dickhead. Yeah, you need a few more parameters to make that an interesting question, I think. It doesn't fit well on the kinds of pages VLR has. Yeah, what I'm meaning is just to have the rating itself be agent specific.
I mean, very calm, collected leader. His comms, I mean, again, is the sole Argentinian on that roster, right? Obviously, they're coming in English. Very uncluttered comms. Everyone really following the direction.
Assuming any tier 2 players, free agents like Nucky or Patatek, or players you could reasonably assume would leave their current team, like Cloud or Gravinia. Oh, so I have to kind of predict who's leaving their team as well? Shit, man. Okay, well, probably the first step is trying to find somebody who can actually call really well. So, which IGLs are going to be leaving their team? I mean, Mr. Fallen's not going to be leaving, and even if he was, you'd have to pick up a full Turkish team, which honestly wouldn't be a problem, but Mr. Fallen's probably not going to leave his team. Bosa's not going to leave. Boo's not going to leave. So, who do you actually have to work with? Yeah, like Angel, maybe? If he leaves Navi, or if Navi rebuild. But man, oh man. Could I fix Angel? I don't think so. But, I mean, he's good. He's just... I think he needs... Oh, what? He's just lost his dizzy. Liazzi's just tossed his dizzy into a crack in the... little Dizzy's just watching everybody from the top of the locker. Yeah, okay then. Let's start with Angel then.
That one's supposed to bounce back. Not really sure how he pulled
Pretty dire. No, you know what? Let's try to steal someone from North America. Let's steal a...
They've lost
Who?
that map control
Who can we
towards
steal
the MiBR, but they have the turrets still
from
watching
North
for
America?
If anyone pushes up on A, maybe when this wall breaks,
No, we're not going to steal. We're going to try and yoink an IGL from NA.
Again, yeah, a turret there, designed to take contact for the Jet player on top of Jen on an aggressive angle.
Yeah, I don't know who though, to be honest with you. Okay, so maybe the IGL is the most difficult part, so maybe we shouldn't start there. Maybe we would have to try to develop a talent. The problem is as well, I don't follow tier 2, so I don't know who the best like tier 2 callers and stuff are really.
With 20 seconds left, are they really trying to make the mad dash back to B?
But yeah, if you pick someone up that looks promising in NA tier 2 for IGL, yeah, Flyer, Stella, somebody like that, and then who?
There are just no other options in the face of the
it depends which teams collapse, because like if Vitality collapse, they have so much good talent on that team. If Karma Core want to make changes, then I would snap up some of those guys super quick. It's me and I hate it. It's so relatable from Mitch.
Indomitable here on that A side. Didn't have to post up aggressively, just a standard Raptors position. Take one kill back away. Havoc
Yeah, I think it's a tough question without knowing who would really leave, and that's extremely difficult to know. Because I would assume the best talents, people like Safe, Narrate, etc., are going to be locked up even if the teams fall to pieces, but maybe they wouldn't.
Back up to Pipes. Hopeful that he can get his dizzy back at least this round. Rich will trigger that alarm bot here. Having really wide. Oh, he gets away with that. There was a spam through there. And look how low Liaz went. Yeah, it's going to be an easy finish off here. MiBR, this is a buy round. I'm going to make that clear. They have weapons here.
Is not themselves. Is that Gut Zero? Narrate's contract runs out? That doesn't mean that they couldn't extend it, though.
Try their best to work Paula up mid. Try and do a little bit of a split. Still me waiting for a mid to A split to work on Icebox. Someone will do that eventually, just gets caught up top.
Euphoria, thank you for the 200 bits.
Hoping to come in late.
My favorite anime at the moment. I'm enjoying this, you know the sports-based animes? I found one recently that's genuinely really good. It's running live, so I've been tuning in to watch it live, and it follows a group of people who are playing in England, and they play in like a single elimination tournament on grass, and it's at the moment it's heating up because the live episodes are starting to get towards the round of 16, and that's where the players are, you know, there's fucking storylines all over the place. Oh, the crazy thing is as well, the women's and the men's are playing at the same time, and some of the women and the men are like dating each other, and dude, it's crazy. It's called Wimbledon. You guys should look it up.
Again, MiBR looks like they want to just try to contact towards A, find a timing.
Highly recommend.
That Shandy was on top of that wall. Not going to be the case. There's only one angle for these Furia players to hold.
And they've got a crossfire. They might be waiting. They're waiting on this wall.
What's this off angle that Khalil's holding? Oh, and Mazine gets caught. And Noz was probably fucked as well here. Huh, Nozra is not fucked.
Everything that MiBR are looking to cling to crumbles away under their fingertips. And Ritual won't really even be allowed to get this weapon.
No, I'm not watching any anime at the moment. Is that the one with the classic anime protagonist Carlos Alcaraz? Yes, it is.
And unfortunately for MiBR, they're just not
displaying
the level of macro that we saw on Sunset. Their attacking play there was comprehensively.
They've all got weird Japanese names though, like Djokovic. So it can be a little difficult to follow the show.
But so far here,
hot take, Mazine kind of looks like Nico. I can't even remember what Nico looked like.
The setups around the Sage have just been allowing them easy crossfires, easy kills.
I want to see a bit of a mid-crunch.
Missed the turret.
MW took a shot there. Vibe spin to A to further dissuade MiBR, but they weren't really thinking about that side of the map anyway. With the thrash up for Liazzi here. MW will take an aggressive posting.
Oh, MW. Oh. Ah, he is screwed. They detained Parler. Oh my god. Dude, what is going on out here? MW was trying to dash away, had a recon dart at his feet, and a fish hunting him down, and the fish catches onto the other jet. Oh, Shandy was screwed there. They didn't realize how aggressive MiBR were getting. Nice aggression, though, from MiBR. Completely caught what Furia were trying to do. Yeah, this one was a bit of a toilet bowl moment. I would agree with that. JoJo is my favorite anime because I can immediately remember all the names. Yeah, that's because the whole concept of the show is that all of the protagonists are called JoJo. That. You might have brain damage. You're like, if you can't remember names. If you can't remember names unless it's exactly the same for every single person involved, you need to get checked out.
Furia, of course, still unbothered, can buy up entirely for the next round as well.
And frankly, I'd like to see MiBR kind of
every stand is a musical reference as well. Is it really? I didn't even know that. I have watched the show.
Yeah, the macro looked far better on Sunset, right? MiBR had a real plan.
I've watched some of the show, not all of it. I watched like season 1, 2, and 3 or something of JoJo. Something like that.
Into the game already. We have that presence over at B. A variation in plant location too.
Swinging as the plant goes down, trying to put pressure on Furia so they can't deny the plant, but died.
Oh, and Pala just caught off by MW. How many kills? 16 kills for 3 deaths. Outlandish activity.
Kind of farming.
Pala did not want to respect the slow orb. He wanted to stay up on that angle here and be somewhat proactive.
Kind of farming for MW.
You're so vulnerable to Snowman.
I'll be honest with you, I'm not going to trust anything you guys tell me about good television, especially anime. I know that some of you have good taste, but it's impossible to pass the good taste from the bad when there's a large amount of people. I'm not saying that you would lie, I'm saying that you would have bad taste. You would genuinely believe that what you said was true. Did you ever watch Attack on Titan? Spawns, I'm not even going to begin with this. Yes, I watched Attack on Titan. Yes, I found it to be quite boring with badly delivered dialogue. Couldn't really handle the voice acting, so I read the synopsis of the plot on Wikipedia instead. Because I enjoyed the plot, but didn't really enjoy the show.
What Artsin was doing, and he started off this map so well to get 3K on the pistol around the clutch.
Anyway, I'm not going to get into anime. I feel like we have this conversation like every fucking time we watch a bad game on the co-stream. It always devolves into either what fantasy books are you reading recently or what anime, and I've pumped out the same takes so many times. I'm not developing new takes out here, guys, because I'm not watching more anime. So I'm just repeating myself over and over again. Like, I feel like I need to create a video that I just put on my YouTube channel that is just my shit takes on anime. I post it for the world to see, and every time a conversation like this comes up, we can just type !anime, and you just get all of my condensed thoughts. I'm not going to do it, but maybe that's what I should do.
Determined to get some value out of these blades.
Oh no, Paula. 2v4 Against Soverall, not that I think you should really be using Soverall in this situation, but Mazine's going to need some luck in order to pull this one over the line. What do you want from us? It's Furia versus MiBR. I want you to pog when Khalil gets a lineup like that. I want you to pog. Pog for me, little poggers. Wait, why is this an important game? Says, spit on me, mommy uwu.
This just looks like a walk in the park for them. It's another day.
I'm not going to tell you why it's a pointless game. Oh, sorry, why it's a really important game. Your name is Spit on Me Mommy Uwu. That really is a ban-worthy username, I think so. Give me one good reason why I should not ban you with a name like that. First-time chatter.
They don't have a lot of actual match experience. And often you don't know what your map pool is until you've played it in the match. Things can go well in scrims, and then all of a sudden they crumble when you're on the stage.
How about this take? One Piece is good. Is that the anime with fucking 17,000 episodes? No anime can be good with that much content. It just can't. I've never seen it, but I highly, highly doubt that. And I respect less of you.
They're inconsistent fundamentals, picking them off one by one by one.
And again, no turret to take that, you know, jet contact. So Parla just got the floor wiped with him by MW0. Now the Sage Wall obviously throws a wrinkle in the plan for MiBR that was already becoming a little tattered, a little frayed at the edges. Here comes Thrash though.
I think did the Thrash block the bullet there? I think it did. I want to see that in the replay. I'm pretty sure the Thrash blocked the op shot. That show has terrible pacing. Dude, if you can make a show with a billion episodes that has good pacing, what are you pacing it towards? How are you doing that? What kind of sick media magic have you pulled out for that to be a reality? Surely it's not possible. Nice from Rich. And now they have the Thrash coming through as the next tier. Oh, that's good from Nozwa. Huh? Okay. Dude, I fucking... My brain got fucking turned around there. I thought Nozwa was Liazzi. I thought he was just roping into them. Dude, my brain just twisted like a pretzel. There was just like I was like, okay, you've got to be running towards the diffuser here in order to deny it. And for some reason, I thought that was him. Yeah, it's simply too high level of a game for me to understand. I'm using 100% of my brain power here, and I still can't pass the genius that is MiBR versus Furia. Oh, they're getting the audio fades good today. I think they should probably just keep the same track running through, like Bren was saying, but the audio is at least there. It probably needs a stinger, actually. It probably needs a stinger with audio if you're going to go from one track to another. It doesn't feel like the kind of thing you should be fading. Judge my hot take. The big three shonen are average at best. What are the big three shonen? Ah, that was Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece. I will never watch any of them, so that's fine. Yeah, and that hot take was submitted by someone called Ecchi Addiction, which, correct me if I'm wrong here, but Ecchi is like soft-core hentai, right? It's like smut, but not full-on pornography kind of stuff. And you're addicted to it. If you're addicted to it, have you never thought about escalating? It's kind of like you are really God's strongest soldier to have an addiction to ecchi but never go further.
And MiBR just cannot seem to get things going yet again.
You know what I mean?
On their success from map 1.
And this is worrying for MiBR. Furia is going onto their attacking side, and honestly, this has been my favorite map from Furia.
I feel like that's God's own restraint.
They're playing the old default comp with the Sage, with the Sova, but I think they
I feel like it would be a gateway drug for most people to harder and harder stuff.
Using the Sage slow lineups to get into sites, I think it's super strong.
Yeah, their defaults are great on the attack.
I'd love to hear Sideshow talk about the Kendrick Lamar versus Drake beef. Yeah, oh, I've got takes on takes for that. Oh yeah, absolutely. Why be addicted to smoking when you could be doing heroin and get alive? Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
In that series versus 100 Thieves, MW wasn't really performing.
You missed my hot take, by the way? I think you should leave as goated. You are Tory for not liking it. I think you should leave. Why does that ring a bell? What is that? I think you should leave. I don't know what it is.
That's right. Pistol round's going to pretty much set the tone for this. If MiBR can squeak away,
it's a UK sketch show? Oh, fuck. Who's it? Oh, I think I have watched some of it, though. That's why it rings a bell. It's thingy, isn't it? Let me just Google it. It's terrible. There are some good sketches, but the hit rate is so low. So incredibly low. And the comedy is mostly coming from the exaggerated overacting rather than the writing or the elevation of the comedic element in the sketch. But there are some good sketches in there. Don't get me wrong. I mean, he's not like got a 100% miss rate by any means. But the miss rate is pretty high, in my opinion.
Khalil's so low. Again, trying not to overheat maybe is the plan, but Khalil goes for it anyway. Rich beat decayed down by that poison orb.
Brother. Oh my god, I thought Mazine had missed that. Oh, tragic. Couldn't even find the nanoswarms. So easy for Havoc to win this one. No need to swing, but there you go. He's just trolling. Oh, nice.
Two-dimensional, Mitch.
Do you think Ye could work with a pure Cypher Killjoy player? Absolutely. It would allow him to play passive, flirt, and focus on erasing anyone who walks into his crosshair.
Yeah, I mean, most of the time Cypher Killjoy players shouldn't be playing that passively. But, yeah, I think it would be a good way for Ye to try to reinvigorate his career. Make a role swap and go into something a little more simple. He was just out of the game for way too long to keep up with how Julius play, I think. I'm two-dimensional. Wyatt pot friend.
Someone who's been a mentoring presence for the new players on this MiBR roster, right?
Absolutely, they're going to take
I agree with you, Wagon, but I think probably the issue is that who are the pieces, and whoever you keep along with MW and Nozwa, are they actually going to perform during the regular season? Because Havoc and Khalil were just missing all year until it didn't matter anymore. So, I think there's still a lot of questions, even if you have some level of hopium left in the tank. Yeah, and that's true. Nozwa also has to not be poached, and Nozwa's genuinely good. Like, Nozwa's clearly the best player on the roster. And Nozwa would be a great, like, you know, third or fourth player on a much better team.
I mean, it's the superior weaponry. It's the steady hands of Havoc, who again just looks so relaxed on stage now.
Nozwa back to Lev? Maybe? Or, yeah, Nozwa to crew would be a very obvious one that I was surprised didn't happen this year, to be honest. I also think Nozwa could join a potential Loud rebuild.
There's definitely something there with him. You know, rough around the edges, doesn't have the experience. But with a coach like Fraud, who's had the experience.
In theory, there should be a lot of options for a player like Nozwa. Nozwa's English is pretty good now. I don't think it's that great, actually. But he's clearly comfortable playing on Spanish and Portuguese teams.
This might be a little bit awkward timing-wise for him. Trying to get a move up here, 1-for-1.
All right, Pala gets squeezed. Well, that's a lot of damage. Nice from Adazine.
Just Nozwa. The spike very much out of his grasp.
I could see Leviathan still keeping calm if they are convinced he's necessary for making the team calling structure work. But at the same time, one of his most obvious replacements, Nozwa, who he literally replaced, Nozwa is also known for calling, for doing some like secondary calling. So, yeah, it does seem likely that that's a move they'll consider. Does Com call? Yeah, Com does a lot of calling. He didn't on EG, as far as I'm aware, but he does now.
We built some extra space in the caster desk for his cope tank, so it can be more of like a permanent fixture here, as opposed to wheeling it up the stairs, which is quite labor intensive. Furia now get their buy.
Com was in 2 successful teams, can't be coincidence. Well, no, actually it completely can be a coincidence, because Lev was built to be a successful team. Like, Lev was already going to be successful with or without him, probably. But, yeah, Com definitely does have positive values that I think get ignored by how bad his fragging is sometimes. Oh! Parla with 2 because MW wasn't thinking about somebody sneaking on the other side of Jenny there. How are Lev successful? I mean, they've locked in a really good seed for Americas so far. They're probably going to make champs. I mean, that's success. They already made it to Shanghai. There are different levels of success.
Crazy flick shot from the wingman.
This guy's doing everything. Khalil's back in the game now. Numbers are even. In fact, a player advantage at least on the A side for Furia.
Are there any up-and-coming casters talent you've been impressed by at Sideshow?
They can be derailed by
problem with that take, or problem with that question, Blue Green, is that I don't watch very much tier 2 stuff. I don't watch pretty much any tier 2 game changers, that kind of thing, because my time is just taken up by tier 1 stuff. So the answer's not really, but I'm sure there are good people if I had more time to listen to them.
Listen, it's tough to get out of that window sometimes.
Why and Baby Bay? I mean, is that who you consider up and coming? They're already working tier 1 events. Like Baby Bay just casted a fucking grand final.
They're not out of it yet, but I'm still not a believer, Mitch. That's fine. We are far from believing.
You see how they really feel like they have to anchor these sides against the Sage comp, but they're good for it. So they're definitely happy to take some of these fights, and Artazine has definitely been throwing in some of these timings.
Liazic 2-14, bless his little heart.
On board for MiBR.
Come on, Liazi, get the pie for the culture. For the fucking culture.
Going to try to gain a little bit of that space as the rest of the squad acquire B main. Of course, this is the low buy, though. They've only got sheriffs on the board.
MW0 is going to join up with them here as the Aldrome.
I prefer casting Valorant massively to Overwatch.
So incentive to Artazine to move up even further.
Overwatch was alright, but...
Havoc here seeing what he can drum up on the A side.
But yeah, I really like Val.
Liazzi, only 2 frags for the game. Not really willing to give him much.
Look at the rotations that Havoc has drawn. The solo killjoy, 4 players at a time there.
Fits my style a lot more as well.
All the way back to be Snowman with the operator, but that angle will be cut off when the wall goes up.
Liazzi, I'm begging, get the kill pie for me, please.
Not quite as powerful as the players coming from the B side. Parla cut off here.
Oh, walled up.
Control the utility, and yep, they don't check that spot. Artazine finds success from there yet again.
Save a kill for Liazzi. Save one for Liazzi, please.
It should be put to bed pretty quickly.
Molly out from Khalil, but it's only a matter of time.
Save one for Liazzi, please.
Wincing? Not at all. Not one wins.
Okay, not sweat. He's getting all of that.
Liazzi didn't get one.
Okay, some stabilization.
He's still 2-14. Oh.
This is all good for a bit of a comeback.
No, he also didn't die. You're right. It's still on. It's still on.
We're heading closer to belief territory. Okay. If they win the big ultimate round, if they extract all of the ultimates out of Furia's hands too. You know, right now they've got the pit with Khalil, but they are getting very close to the others. Nas were the Hunter's Fury, the
Come on.
for Havoc. It's about that round. It's about the big ultimate round.
Dude, he'll even have the 3.142. Dude, he's even going to have the 3.142 if he gets the kill. It's perfect. It's perfect.
Come on,
send it.
tempted to expend some of them.
Shut up, shut up. No. Send it.
MW0 take flight. Would love to take a bit of a fight here.
It's 3.141. You don't start this shit again with me. Don't start this shit again.
Flash. Valti doesn't get any pings there, so not confident to swing it.
Just broken way too fast. Pala not able to get one with this operator just yet. Had a great opportunity to do so.
Furia had MW0 begging to have his
Come on, Liazzi. Come on. Get the kill. Pie for me. I feel it feels like some weird kink play when I'm saying pie for me. I don't know. It's just... It sounds so bad. Like, it sounds so bad.
They're getting pinged out by the recon as well. Liazzi was able to avoid it on virtue of being in rafters or under them. And here's that Hunter's Fury. One player also
Shooting for that corner. Is Khalil back in his pit? Yeah, denied by Ardazine. Nice. Liazzi, come on. Liazzi, come on. Liazzi, he pied! He pied! He's fucking pied! How long does the pie last for? Not very long. He's died already. 3.15. He pied! It's not 3.1415, it's 3.14146. That's not even correct. It's 3.14159. Where are you, where are you even... How are you even wrong about the digits, chat? Oh, they changed it last year in a new patch. Oh. It's kind of crazy that they patched Pi. To be honest, they kind of did patch Pi over the years. Like, over the millennia, it has been slowly patched closer and closer.
Excellent state right now. With Havoc elevating his individual play, Khalil returning to a level of form that we don't often see from him, but
You mean as they discover more digits? No, as they patch Pi. That's what I mean. I mean, like back in the day, it was 22/7, and then, you know, it gets a little closer, as they patch it. Someone in the US legislature tried to patch Pi to be equivalent to 4. They tried to pass legislation somewhere in the US, I can't remember exactly where it was, and they were about to pass it unanimously. The Pi, no, was it Pi equivalent to 3 then, or was it Pi equivalent to 4? I can't remember which one it was. Was it Indiana? I remember looking at this, and somebody found out that they were voting on it, and was like, holy shit, you guys are trolling. And had to explain to them why they were about to just sign some absolute nonsense into law.
The cornerstone of this team right now.
Yeah, the woke left got to Pi. Oh, all good. All good. Great duel. Fantastic duel.
MW with the blades out, he's already crossed the screens. Ooh, opts not to. Perhaps it's the wall that puts
Ooh, nice, Liazzi. That's the bottom fragger for MiBR, delivering that.
Bear in mind that Osmo has that Hunter's Fury here. Can Khalil get out of this scot-free?
They have the orb on the defuse. They would like to get a kill before they fall back. Nice, and now you fall back, right? Couldn't get out, really. Unfortunate. Yeah, Liazzi does that and then peeks with ult in his hand. Tragic.
Damage to Furia. They should still be able to get, you know, maybe scrap together a buy with the spike going down. We'll have to see, or, you know, might just force up what.
There's no way they just relented after receiving an explanation. I believe they did. I think they had to. I think there was an impassioned speech from like some mathematician or something, and they were like, "Oh right, okay, I guess we were dumb."
They need to make use of the space they have while they have it. Eventually, Parla coming in late with that operator.
Khalil's 6th man to sub in for Icebox. He's only good on this map. Khalil has been going bonkers mode on this map towards the end of the season, but I think the key is there that it's the end of the season.
They just need to get a little bit of B main control, try to get one of those orbs. Papala, you know, heads up. He's aware.
Do you view this year as an awkward transition for Valorant? After this year, the format should remain more consistent with the new changes. Yeah, but it's honestly, it's not going to be that different. It's going to be a bit different, but not that different. So it's not the awkward teenage years. It's just slightly different. It will change in the future as well. We don't know how, but it will. Like, you look at what League has done. It's only a matter of time before changes happen. It's one of the good things about being a developing sport, is that you can make changes pretty quickly. Did anyone else have to memorize 100 digits of pi in primary school? Primary school? Oh, he got detained even though he dashed. That's weird that it works like that, but dash doesn't teleport you. Well, this is it. On the thrifty. On the thrifty. Furia. Get the win.
And Mitch, I'm prepared to glean the positives from this game yet. Again, let me head to the coke tank. But no, genuinely, Havoc, the form.
Wow, Ardezine's genuinely disappointed by that. I feel like he played pretty well, and the season is already over for them. I'm surprised he's that emotional about the loss.
But you've got to feel for MiBR, that elusive win.
You see, this one really hurts for Ardezine.
He tried so hard. He played so well. The flanks on Cypher on so
He just wants to win? Yeah, I guess he just wants a win. If you bigged it up to yourself as like, this is our chance to get one win this season, then I could see why this would hurt. But I think it's unhealthy to like care too much to some degree once it gets to this point in the season.
Young player brought in, and we constantly ask the question in stage 1 or even in kickoff: is Ardezine that guy as a duelist? Is he going to be?
Did you see the finesse mask?
Lights the world on fire. No, the answer was, but
what? What? Why has this been created? Who has done this? That's pretty terrible. I mean, I understand it's just Finesse's face. I'm not saying Finesse's face is terrible. I think it's terrible that someone's made a mask of it. Someone's taken the time to create that in Blender or something. What if they already have? Wait a second, is that why Finesse was hitting shots in the second map? Was that why Finesse was actually doing stuff in the second and third map? Because it's not him? It's a fucking replica wearing his face on the stage? No. Have we uncovered the great NRG conspiracy? It's less with a Finesse mask and an anal bead that vibrates when he's supposed to fake or hit a sight. It's Demon 1. Oh god.
This rejuvenated core, the original Furia core that made champs years ago, Nosworth, Khalil, they look great.
No reason to add that. That is the classic way of cheating, okay? You guys just aren't up with the cheating meta. Hans Niemann has pushed the game forward. If you want to cheat in any kind of anything, honestly, you can cheat in any competitive domain with this one hack. And it's vibrating anal beads.
Everyone, give it up for Furia one more time.
Have I ever tried anal beads? No, but when I was growing up, my when I was when I was growing up, my basketball coach told me a story about when he didn't realize that you weren't supposed to pull anal beads out like a ripcord. And I'm not gonna even try to do the story justice, but yeah, I mean, he was trying to like start a fucking chainsaw. And they learned a lot, but they also blamed the shit everywhere on the dog, and that dog got in a lot of trouble. How old was I? 16. Hello. I'm just recounting a story that I was told as a teenager. It probably wasn't a true story ever, even, chat. It probably wasn't even a true story. But it was funny at the time.
É que, no geral, sendo bem
What's
objetivo
right?
assim, a gente tem a estrutura do mapa
Manifested you?
Os nossos pontas, eu e o
Chat, this is so out of pocket. B's just come into my room and said, did you ever tell your chat about how you manifested me? The poem you used to read. Now, I've told this story before, but I used to go up to my next door neighbors when I was like 3 years old and sing a poem from A.A. Milne that goes, what do you suppose? A bee sat on my nose. What do you think? It gave me a wink and said, I beg your pardon. I thought you were a garden. But the fact that you've now made that about you, yeah, I mean, damn. I mean, that's a sexy poem now. Chat, I need to take a break. I'm sorry. I'll be back. I'll be back soon. I'll be back soon. Are you going to bed?
Yeah, well, as soon as I stop crying.
Oh, wait, I've also got another amazing story to tell you actually as well. B said to me today, are you planning on streaming? And I said, no, I don't think I'm going to stream today because the game's shit. I mean, we just watched the shit game. And B said, oh, that sucks because I had a story to tell your chat. And I was like, oh, well, that doesn't matter. Can you tell me anyway? Do you want to tell it or do you want me to tell it? The story was that we moved house, so we needed to change our driving licenses. And when you get the new one,
Have proof of address.
yeah, because you needed proof of address to go and do a bunch of other stuff. Yeah. So I got my driving license back. She got her driving license back. And then it tells you you're supposed to chop up the cards and mail them to a certain address just to make sure that there's no way that someone else could have your old driving license and be using it to, like, you know, steal your identity or anything. And so I was like, oh, you know, I'm going to be busy with work. Please, could you handle that? That would be awesome. She's like, yeah, don't worry. Yeah. B was sorting the house out. She was in boss mode. She was like, don't worry. That's a small job. I'll get that fixed. No problem. Fast forward to the moment of it happening. And she chopped up her new driving license. She just took scissors to her new driving license and chopped it to pieces and mailed it back to them.
And then waited 3 weeks to tell you.
And then just waited 3 weeks and didn't tell me about it. So she sent off for a new driving license. New driving license arrives. Oh, wonderful. Let me just chop this to pieces and mail it back to you. Just fucking with the mailing system in the UK, basically. And it arrived within like 2 days of requesting it as well.
So I can absolutely get another one.
So, but you didn't request a new one. You just still have your old license and a chopped up new one in the mail.
I don't need proof of address for anything.
Well, yeah, now you don't need it. How did you even use it for anything?
No, I didn't wind up needing
You didn't even need it. You just chopped it up.
No,
just a
there were
power
so
move.
many things that said they needed proof of address and then they didn't give a shit.
Just insane power move.
Yeah.
Please, could you send me a new passport? Send it back to them, chopped to pieces. They'll think you're a serial killer. They'll think you're an absolute psychopath. You just keep sending them official documentation chopped up.
I'll just send them pictures of our house and say my husband didn't do any of that. And they'll go, oh, okay, sweetie. Here's a new one.
Yeah. When I got my license renewed, I actually changed my height by 1 centimeter. Okay, so our licenses don't have heights on them. That's a US thing. But I saw Ludwig on stream talking about that and how he adds a centimeter every single time he gets, or adds an inch or something. I don't know whether it's in feet and inches, but he said he increases his height every time he sends it back. So now it's like he's way taller on his license than he actually is, which is just so stupid but very funny. Yeah. Yeah. He's also been sandpapering off all of his fingerprints, and he's been, yeah, you know, having small amounts of cosmetic surgery in important places. Yeah. Yes, he has a blood boy called Aiden. Yeah. Okay.
I love you.
You go to bed?
Yep.
All right. Love you. Wearing the finesse mask around. Yeah, Ludwig doing a co-stream wearing the finesse mask. Wanting to be part of NRG. God. Okay, here's the real game of the night, though. NRG C9. Two teams that are not at their best, but both have the potential to be pretty good. It should be fun. It should be sloppy and scrappy. I think if there's going to be a mud game, it would be this. Because NRG have got some good ideas, but then in some areas, their ideas fall flat. And also, their execution of said ideas is often pretty wonky as well. Just because they haven't had as much time together, I think. Why are you not commentating? Yeah, I asked to commentate every single game this season and for them to pay me everybody else's salary, but for some reason they declined that. I don't know why.
For both of our teams that are playing. Actually, stakes are massive for three.
Why are you not commentating? Because you're not high enough ranked? I'll have you know that I leveled up my NA account to Plat 1. And I will be doing further damage to the NA ranked ecosystem once I return.
Themselves in, but they'll also be doing a solid for the boys over in Crew as well, which is massive. So if you're a Crew fan, you're cheering on C9 here, Ender.
Absolutely, but it also means if Cloud,
you gotta lock in. Definitely need to lock in. You can make plat. Anybody can make plat. Anybody can make plat.
Absolutely nutty.
Romero interview with Sugetsu just dropped.
Oh.
Hey guys, this is Pedro.
Wait, what is this? What is this from Grenji?
We asked 100 married men, what game would you hate for your wife to walk in on you playing?
Meet and fuck Kingdom, Steve.
Meet and...
This just that game is so stupid. Even the parodies of it get me annoyed.
I think that what we saw was the energy that, you know, Mimi, we've always come to know and love, right? The team that's put together.
I was plat, I just haven't re-earned it. Ah, well then, yeah, just you'll get there. You'll get there. These comps are weird from NRG. They are strange. Because they've got some good ideas, but I don't think their strat book is deep enough. I don't know. Is it a good idea to go for this? Very, very debatable, I think.
Of Psalm as well in that week, so this was like hope coming back alive for this new energy.
Yeah, they just get a little too crazy with these comps. I mean, like this composition on Split. You know what's the funny thing is? They got.
You know, the more you copy and paste it in full caps, the more likely I am to read it out. Try that for your second time, chat. Real question is, what does this mean for C9? If they win, they've got playoffs.
You know, they're not trading correctly. So
that's what it means for C9.
Those first bloods, they're losing all that rest of the repertoire that they have in their gameplay.
Yeah, and honestly, like I might be the only person on the planet that like kind of digs
NRG need to win, and also even if they do win, it's not in their hands. But they need to win. They need to win cleanly.
They can focus a little bit more on those little details where they are able to look a lot better.
And man, if you look at their last series, before this win over Crew, the issue was the fundamentals, having actually good calls, setting themselves up in winning positions.
Did I get fired? If I did, then this is the first time hearing about it, but it's entirely possible.
A lot more dialed in. I think they've done a really impressive amount of work.
Do you know what the conditions are if they go 2-0? No. If they go 2-0, they have to like. Some of the other teams have to also go 6-4. Probably Crew are the one that's the most important. Like Crew would have to. Sorry, C9. C9 would have to lose to Crew, and then I think there's some other teams as well. We could go have a look at it now.
The fact that they were able to make up for it that quickly, yeah, you're 100% right. That's very.
Where is it?
Yeah, that I think is the crazier part.
Yeah, so C9 would have to end 5-5, and then 100 Thieves would also need to end 5-5, and EG would have to end 5-5, I think, for something. Or maybe not all of them have to, but no, I think. Anyway, they need some kind of big 5-5 fuckfest down there. I'm not sure if it has to be a 4-way tie or whether it can be a 3-way tie. I don't actually care enough to investigate that. But yeah, they need a lot of teams to not end up 6-4. I do not understand why the casters and streamers want NRG to go to playoffs so much. They look bad. I think it's fun to follow their story. They have a very obvious arc. And to be honest, I think they're as good as C9. And C9 are probably going to make playoffs.
A little crazy, but honestly, he deserves the nod. Like, he was so sick when he was playing with NRG.
Likeable players? Somewhat likable players. I wouldn't say NRG have classically had likable players. But I think since Finesse has been on his co-streaming arc, he's improved his likability a lot. But that would have been a wild thing to say prior to Finesse co-streaming.
It sounds like he's more empowered this time around as well. Exactly, he has more of a voice. Yeah. Exactly, and this team has always been a team where it's been like they're like the cool guys on the block. You know, it's always business.
To be honest, Crashes and Victor are very likable as well. They just don't do very much public-facing stuff.
Yeah, literally. They're very serious, and it's about business. But that's a good thing to have. But the addition of Sam to get that little extra spark into them and motivate them.
But yeah, that's what they need. They're not the most friendly social team. You hate Ethan? I don't know Ethan. I have no idea about Ethan.
Word of the day today: leadership.
Nice.
Now I don't know what that means. If that means that
it's the word of the day.
He's going to be leading, or if Finesse is going to be dominating in the server, he's just going to be performing well in vision.
How much money do you want to read out something Formation wrote? Well, that could be anywhere from absolutely horrendous to lyrically beautiful. I have no idea.
No one else knew that the word of the day was
Yeah, it's very likely going to be Sideshow Mega Hate.
That's a humdinger.
Become such a household name in Valorant with his breakout performance.
Do you enjoy casting? No, I consider it absolute drudgery. I only continue because we get paid a ridiculous amount of money and get to fly around the world. But the people I work with are terrible human beings for the most part, and the game is phenomenally boring and dull. And I think I'm better than it. No, of course I fucking like it. I wouldn't do the job if I didn't enjoy it. It's probably one of the best jobs that I could be doing.
Wild stuff there. All right, well, for more on NRG's comeback win and so much more, let's go ahead and send it over to Geek Heavy, who's standing by with Coach Chet.
All right, gentlemen, right now we have Coach Chet of NRG. Now, I want to kind of talk about the last match against Crew. You all lost the first map, so I want to know, what was the discussion to kind of like that you had with the team to kind of turn things around and finally win?
So after the first map, I got kind of heated a little bit because I knew we were playing pretty good, especially on their defense side. But some rounds were just like turning like in a weird direction. Like they were getting like stinger kills like randomly and just trading us like for no reason. So my main point was like we need to just trade. Like I know we're like way better than we are, but we just need to focus on trading. So it was basically just like team play. Like I was like we just need to focus up because we have such better halves. So we just actually like cared enough to like be in position to trade each other.
Now, has that win against Crew, has that like, I guess like ignited newfound motivation for the team overall?
The hate for Chet is so over. What's the word? Way too high. The community's just decided to pick him as the reason why NRG are bad.
And I think going to the C9 game, we're gonna feel slightly confident just because we have the win on our back.
Awesome. Well, best of luck today.
I always appreciate that he genuinely does give some good interview questions, but he looks like a deer in the headlights when he's on camera. I think he's very comfortable when he's doing the VOD review and strat creation grind.
I did not think that was going to happen, considering how
Yeah.
this team has been playing throughout the season.
It is pretty insane, but you have
What VCT is the best on Bind to steal the comp? Just steal the 100 Thieves comp. People will be able to stop your execs. And then on defense, you don't have to be worried too much, but like, pull out a couple of aggressive strats and steal a couple of them.
These are still very big wins that still have them in contention to make the playoffs, so they just gotta scramble.
You fucked Demon 1 so hard? I mean, is that really... I don't know whether that's on him necessarily. I don't think Chet controls the team as much. I think that's one of the things that I think Chet could genuinely improve on, is that I think if he took a more decisive hold of some of the teams, I think they might end up having some better systems. I think he tends to have a very player, like the players are extremely powerful in the teams that he runs, I think. So like Finesse was very, very heavily involved with running the previous version of the team, and then Ethan was in this version. I think if they established a little more of a hierarchy, rather than things being flat, they might have avoided some of the issues.
They could very well get picked apart if they're not careful.
Yeah, they absolutely could. And I mean, like, for this squad, it's always been the team of, like, high potential, but never quite making it.
It can work if teams have a leader like Finesse. And certainly that's been the classic way of things functioning. But I don't think it's always a great idea.
Fix those attacking sides and get a win.
Because I think it's very difficult then to change the team culture or alter it in any kind of way because you don't actually have the power to do that. Hello, hello, hello.
Are you ready to watch Cloud9 not make playoffs?
I honestly, now that it's come down to the end of the year, I'm pretty split on how I feel about Cloud9. I think it would be sad for Oxy to not make playoffs with how well he's been performing, but I do kind of feel like they've just been fraudulent all year.
Yeah.
Cloud9 have still yet to beat a non-winless team. Every single team they've beaten this year in the regular season has been winless at the time that they beat them, which is fucking bonkers. Gonna need Cloud9 to prove they're not fraudulent.
Did you
Is that actually true? Yeah, it was true at the end of
Furia
stage
game?
1. What's right? Yeah, I watched the MIB. Yeah. Was it a good idea? No, I just vibed and talked to my chat.
Yeah. Okay.
Does beating NRG prove that you aren't fraudulent though? No, I don't think so. But it would be a good first step, first step. Yeah, a lot of teams that were in the opposite group to C9 had like a fucking come to Jesus moment after they lost to Cloud9. And they turned things around and ended up winning afterwards. Also, I think Vanity's been really struggling with calling attack sides, even though he's got some good ideas on defense. Whereas, so these two teams in my head are complete opposites, where Finesse mainly thinks about the attack side, and then he just kind of vibes the defense side a lot of the time, with some notable exceptions, but I think that's generally the way he thinks about the game, is from an attack-sided perspective, whereas Vanity calls so loosely on the attack side that he doesn't tend to have very much success there.
If NRG win, then do they get up to their 5th win?
Who? Sorry?
NRG? Yeah, they get up to 5.
Yeah.
And then the 5 and 5 slot is contested between, I mean, there's still a lot of different
There's
teams,
quite a few
but
teams. It's 100 Thieves, EG, and C9 that could all potentially end 5 and 5, I think. Crew, though, play against Cloud9, so only one of them can.
so one of them will be...
But
if Cloud9 lose this, at least one of them will be 6 wins.
Yes.
There's like a weird scenario where if NRG win this, and then Cloud9 lose to Crew, then NRG would win because they'd win the head-to-head.
It depends how many teams are in the tiebreaker, though, because once you have 4 teams in the tiebreaker, then it doesn't go on head-to-head, it goes on map differential. So it's just way too complicated at the moment. I'm straight up just...
But 100 Thieves
refusing to engage
are only playing against each other, and they're also competing for it. But yeah, you're right.
Oh, 100 Thieves and EG play against each other.
Yeah.
Oh.
They're both 4 and 4.
So is it only a 3-way tie possible then? Because it's one of 100 Thieves EG, NRG, and one of C9 Crew. So it can't even be a 4-way tie. Oh, 100 Thieves and EG still have 2 games left?
It could be, yeah.
Okay, so yeah. So I think it's still too complicated to really pay attention to at the moment. At the end of this week, then we'll have some better ideas. After EG and 100 Thieves play another game, then we'll be able to figure it out.
Needs to take over if Cloud9 want to lock those playoffs.
Both teams need the win and neither can afford to lose. It's a big matchup. Let's go ahead and send it over to some big game casters. You got Vansili and Riv for the call.
Thank you so much, Golden Boy and indeed Rivington. They presented it well at the desk. A lot of eyes on this game today between C9 and their opponents here of Energy because a win right now.
Did you see one of the sweaters that Wardrobe brought into the green room that we weren't allowed to wear on broadcast, by the way?
We weren't allowed to wear them?
No, one of the sweaters. One sweater that they brought in. They didn't realize when they bought it, but it's just got a gigantic Jesus being crucified on the front of it with like fallen angel written on it, and like a bunch of other random strange kind of quasi-Christian, quasi-satanic stuff written on it. It's so fucking funny. It's not even a good sweater, but it's just so funny that that just is in the Riot wardrobe, but they can't use it. They buy a lot of the stuff online, so they just didn't see that side of the sweater, I guess. They buy a lot of stuff at once. It's very funny. Giant Tree, thank you for the 4 months.
The lay split.
Yeah, Finesse. Finesse was getting a lot of value in these kind of positions before when they played against Crew. C9 love flood defending. They love flood defending, but Finesse has died as well. Vanity killed Finesse.
What?
I hope that that's not a sign of the battle of the IGLs. Oh my god. Okay. They farmed them. C9 not really set up there to go for a full 5-person flood defend. They sent in like 2 players early on. Oh, you watching on Twitch actually? Twitch was going dodgy for me before, so I wasn't watching it on Twitch, but yeah, I'll
we can swap the YouTube if it messes up.
No, it's alright. Well, yeah, if it does mess up. For some reason, it was like doing this like lagging thing, which... Oh, yeah, it's doing it already. Yeah, I can't watch on Twitch, I don't know why. Something really odd is happening on Twitch. Oh my god, where the fuck...
You want to play Valorant in a 5-stack with Alice?
No, my FPS on this PC keeps tanking down to like 60.
Josh said he's a misogynist, so he doesn't want to play with you. Yeah, yeah.
Now anything can still happen on this one as FNS is gaining that info.
Crazy.
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 When the smoke clears to find out that no one's there. That'll be good info to get them on a...
You know how to test that? You should ask me the same question again, but just say like you and Wyatt are playing, and then if I responded yes, then it would be, you know?
So yeah, this is
that's true.
A slow one for the second round.
And if anything on this full eco, right click classic is also good enough here for Cloud9. And you can definitely tell here from that stack that they have no choice but just wait in line, because any type of utility that they're trying to use on their defensive side will potentially...
Energy getting the feel here.
That stack could be. Exactly.
Victor's just walking his way in.
Walking into mid there. It was actually Spike. Ethan was
They've tethered so many players.
You don't want to play with women. Crazy coming from someone who plays Silver 2. Okay, Alice, I play Silver 3 for starters. First of all. And also, just because you're lower rank doesn't mean that you're not allowed to be a misogynist. Everybody's not allowed to be a misogynist. You're not allowed if you were a fucking Radiant player.
All he wanted to do was to stay behind. And Cloud9 getting that pick, not picking up the ghost. Finesse, first contact towards the tree. Has support coming out here from Ethan as they're crunching in now for Cloud9. Paranoid now.
Oh, can I get some confidence? Yes, there we go. Hit the shot. Get the revenge kill on Vanity. Nice, Finesse. Nice. Alright. As long as they can keep these 3 bulldogs, you're chilling. It would take 2 bullets for Ethan to die, I think. I can't remember what the classic damage is at this range, but it's like 20-something. Okay. They've still got a good buy heading into the round after the bonus.
It has been almost 2 years and 1 month.
What's wrong with your computer? Why isn't it working?
I don't know. That's what I need to find out. I need to do a fresh reinstall of Windows and then see if I can solve the problem from there.
What's new? What did you change with it?
Well, it's just I changed the motherboard, the RAM, the CPU, and the GPU.
You bought a new computer?
No, I changed all of those pieces.
Which is a new computer?
Well, no, it's still got the same power supply. And Case.
Rooney invested into this Odin. You heard it ring very clearly in the background as they're trying to get a wallbang. But they don't know yet.
You didn't factory reset it? You just kind of like raw dogged it with the hard drives?
Yeah, the hard drive cable's broken as well. Oh, and Victor missed the cloud burst and just falls down behind Vanity. Vanity got cooked. Alright, Som goes down, trying to cross. Crashies picks up a Bulldog. Droning to make sure that they have a little bit of space over there. They don't have a smoke for door. I feel like taking door here, I think, is lovely from Finesse.
Finesse is fast flanking.
Yeah, Finesse has actually got a gorgeous play here.
Oh my god.
Oh, he's fucking popped off. Wait, he's fucking popped off. That is such a nice play to win that round from NRG. Yeah. Som was dead, so they have no smoke to refresh on this door, which makes this door a giant problem with their post plan.
He was so
and they
quick.
drone from A main. They realize there's no one playing there, and they get the fast flank. That's so fucking good from Finesse.
He's yapping. He's yapping.
Oh, he is.
Finesse has a read on the game already, which is making these rounds just so simple for them. Not even losing that many on this.
A little bit lucky, perhaps, that he gets both of those kills in heaven, but the play itself was really good. Yeah, I'm not sure that this is Finesse. I think this might be Demon 1 with the Finesse mask that Sean tweeted about. But if that's true, who's making the calls? That's why it's got to be paired up with the Hans Niemann beads, you know?
It's always fine for energy.
Absolutely.
Especially for Finesse, as they find any type of aggression wherever they want to move towards to. It's always going to be a slow round right after, where Finesse now has the opportunity to call the mid round. As they go for pre-fired shots, and there was a time
it's Leo. Boaster and Finesse just arranged a deal that Leo would leave Fnatic and play for NRG. That's really... Oh, I was going to say really well done from Som, not committing overly to dealing with the flank. And then he goes back, but he just kills all three of them anyway, so the fuck does it matter, I suppose.
Dude, this is fucking chalk. I'm gonna go get a drink.
No, wait, you're gonna get a drink before the rifle round. At least wait and see what this rifle round does.
It was still peekable, turned around, took care of the problem, continued forward to just take care of the round. One after the other here for energy. Does not seem like they found anything that's going to stop from the side of C9, but maybe now. Putting into the mix now, the Oxy's going to grab the operator.
Alright, I'll wait until this round.
The first two kills were pretty clean. Oh, the second two kills were pretty clean from Som.
Because if they don't, energy's going to recognize the op and hit
Oxy picking up the operator.
that op retake difficult for C9, so
they have a turret in pizza here as well, so you have to push out the opper, but then you also have to scale onto the turret. Spotted though by the drone, I think. Should have been able to hear it at least.
But he's still going to look to reposition back towards middle and probably switch this spot once again with Rooney.
Playing an anti-KO setup here.
With the Odin wallbang towards the spot once the turret actually sounds the alarm. But for now, nobody from energy are going to move in towards pizza. All of them once again.
Looking like a nice setup from
KO here, but they're playing offside, so they still have the nanos.
No command, but this is going to be good. Moose is over at A, so they can still
Vanity got the smoke down as well.
Dude, Som's hitting. Listen, I don't mean to glaze Som, but he's hitting.
He's still ahead of me. Tragic.
Really?
Yeah.
What if I refresh and I go back in time? I went forward. I went
what are you at?
forward. I went up to 37.
Oh my god, you're like 4 seconds ahead. Holy shit. Wait, I'm gonna zoom ahead. Surely my internet can handle this.
But you went back to YouTube.
Yeah, I went back to YouTube because Twitch wouldn't work.
Alright, let me go to YouTube. That's why I'm further ahead. Twitch is always ahead. We'll sync it up next round.
Alright. Rooney only has 1 HP off this Odin, and they were looking to just flood back. They still had that flash available from Zeppa, but that one hat thrown out by Finesse. The difference that you have in the Sentinels between the Energy and C9, you definitely see the advantage here of Finesse pulling out the Cypher.
Yeah, Oxy and friends are getting shook right now by the NRG attack. I think a lot of this game is going to be, can Finesse beat Vanity's defensive setups? Because once things flip to the other side, both teams are kind of bad there, but I think this is the side where you're getting the best from both teams.
next round. Again, fighting towards that
C9's attack side calling on this map has been real bad. I think NRG's defense should be good enough.
They are fast to act right now on the side of Energy, and that's going to be his first C9 timeout at a 0-5 right now in the first map.
Yeah, and at least on the side of Energy, there is some sort of
Flanking Frida, thank you for the hot take. What is the more overpowered cheating technique? The anal beads or the angel snussy? Well, the angel snussy doesn't really give you very much information. It just allows you to have a slight nicotine focus high. So I think the anal beads win there 10 times out of 10. I don't want to dunk on Angel, but Hans Niemann definitely came up with a better strategy.
They're able to just play these post plant scenarios.
Yeah, and you can even, you know, see that they kind of read the way that Cloud9's been playing previous games, where they'll take some 1v1s, they'll go for fights, and Energy more of a team to swing his twos, have a little buddy system, play the strategy more.
What is the snussy? I mean, everyone who uses snus has a little snussy, right? It digs a hole in your gum.
You have to see this teamwork come together here for Energy. As much as it is to promote Oxy play, they still got to be behind each other on all of these shots across the map, not just for.
Don't they get checked for electrics when they walk out on stage? I don't think they have. I don't think they have someone doing cavity checks.
In terms of that, unless Oxy gets a kill.
We'll start with a slow round though. Exchange of utility.
Is TMV spamming Tory? Is that why my chat's just blowing up with the Tory allegations? We can add TMV to the call. In fact, we had a previous call with the three of us in.
We swap in?
Yeah, can we swap to the TMV Bren or TMV Sideshow one? I'll ring.
The Allen drone, if it looks to clear towards the A site though, might give a chance for Zeppa for the surprise.
I wonder if FNS peeks out here to Oxy, or that movement happens. They have just cement shoes right now. As this wine play happens, they're gonna see him.
And whoa, Victor didn't react to the drones seeing them in wine.
Oh, why am I behind now? This is unfair.
What are you at? I'll pause.
52, 51, 50, 49, 48.
You got to keep counting, brother.
44, 43.
All right, we're
42,
synced. We're synced.
41.
Probably just get the kill on this. Maybe Sam said you hold it. FNS is still lurking about, but they have a ping on him. I think they heard him on the left side there, and there's a shot from Oxy. We finally see.
Took him a long time to deal with Zeppa there.
Yeah.
But Finesse is still giving them options in the rest of the map, but they don't have the time really. They've just got to hit A. Oxy's position is so weird with the op. So I'm looking for information. Did they spot Vanity? Oxy's too good. Wait, maybe Finesse is too good. Okay. If Finesse had got another kill there, it would have been pretty damaging for the eco, but as it is, it's fine.
Hello.
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 Now, I don't know why I'm rewarding your bad behavior, but I am going to call you.
What bad behavior?
Bad behavior? Oh, yeah. Well, I wonder, how would I have been indicated that TMV would like to join a call with us? Would it perhaps be through, you know, colleagues and peers sending each other private messages or syncing something up beforehand? No. Or would it be a hate raid of people spamming Tory in my chat? Which do you think was more likely to have occurred?
Your mods were confused. That made it funnier.
Yeah, I didn't realize why it was happening.
Yeah, that was good. Well, I just thought, you know, an election happened. I just guessed what you might have voted, and
you definitely strike me as an actual Tory voter. You've got the accent. You've got the accent for it. Yeah, you've got the accent. Yeah, you got the Tory accent.
I do. This is the stupidest thing you've ever said, and you've said a lot of stupid things.
Oh, Zephyr almost did a double take there.
Still a man behind, a man down. Cloud9 have to regroup, but they're separated across the map.
I'm gonna need to see. You need to get a poll up on,
yeah,
on your stream of who's got the most Tory accent. I'll give you Brenna's last.
A poll up. I need to see your fucking polling card, mate. I need to see who you voted for.
3-2 now into the site as Victor pushes stairs here for the aggressive.
I did not vote Tory.
It's a good call as well. Now it just
I
got
can't
spotted towards the
confirm.
market.
Reform guy, eh? I'm just using all the same stuff that my chat says to me. It turns out it is quite funny when I can spin it onto somebody else.
We're gonna need a... Yeah, that's a good point. We need a little... Is there a little thing? You know, the Tory little, like, blue alert thing. Is there a reform one?
I don't think so.
Someone should make that.
The reform one should just be flashing racist, no?
Liz got locked out of her apartment, and she could only entertain herself by listening through the walls for an hour and a half. What on earth? Why didn't you use your phone? You didn't have your phone with you either? Alright, so NRG just reacts straight into A.
It's nice by moves.
Yeah, this is looking rough. Victor's almost forced to make a play here. Can you push back forwards maybe after that paranoia? Maybe not. Kind of looking chalk, to be honest.
Yeah, it is chalk.
Yeah. Pretty big round for C9 to stabilize their economy as well. Oh, that'd be nice for NRG fans if he just threw a little toggle in there. That's a nice jump peak. TMV, did you say you would oil up if Gen G won Shanghai?
This is the one. Literally, I'm getting one guide that's turned into like a. One guy has been so far on this train that now other people have decided to join in this train, and it's become a whole thing. But no, this was never a thing. And no, I will not oil up.
You're not getting oiled up?
You wouldn't oil up? What if it was part of some kind of, you know... So you're... I'm trying to weave this into UK politics somehow. There's got to be a joke here with just stop oil.
Would you oil up
Unfortunately, it's... Unfortunately, it's kind of backwards. Dude, we were going to oil up and mud wrestle if we hit a certain sub goal.
Yeah, we didn't hit it though.
We could meet up. Dude, we could meet up in the UK for Christmas for a Christmas oil celebration.
Oh my god.
That would be, would not... Yeah, I suppose it still rains during Christmas time.
It does.
Be like rock hard mud from the
No, but it would be cold, muddy, oily men.
Yeah, I cannot think of anything worse.
Yeah, it sounds terrible. We might end up with frostbite. Someone's going to rip
Can we
a toe
do it
off.
in Australia instead, where the seasons are flipped?
Or just anywhere warm.
Yeah.
Avoiding the flashes, though, are the defenders of Cloud9. Forced to fall back and played in the back lines of the A site.
I'd oil up for DRX winning champs.
DRX?
Yeah.
That's, I mean,
Or
that
Gen G.
does
I'd oil
not
up for
look...
Gen G
I mean,
winning
Gen
champs, that'd be
G's
cool.
much
That is a
more
risky
likely.
bet.
I mean, much more likely, but it would be cool.
Yeah, it would in Korea, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be in Korea, back to back as well.
Yeah, that would be sick.
That's
If
a
Gen G
sweet
pulled it
storyline.
off, it is sweet. What is Finesse up to over here?
Getting a kill.
Alarm bot's just
Not
gone
oiled up,
down.
I'll tell you that
Oh,
for
the
free.
timing! Wow,
Ooh,
but
he
Finesse
is
now
oiled
can't
up.
go for the lurk because... Yeah. So the alarm bot went down, so he was thinking about going for the lurk, and then... Yeah, now it's just a save. Dude, Cloud9 are getting rocked here. They're getting absolutely rocked.
How much baby oil do you need for the whole body?
One bottle should do.
And this is nothing new. He's done similar things right
Do you need like a paintbrush?
But this time couldn't get the punish on
Like be efficient?
No. What you would do
You're
is...
just gonna pour it on your head.
Yeah, pour it over your head.
Pour the bottle over his head and just let it drip down.
Thankfully, if you're looking at that radar, they should be safe now. The spike will go.
Chat, you don't need to roast Finesse every time he whiffs. You're going to end up roasting him too much. Like, pick the best moments, please. He'd already won the round. He was just trying to get exit kills, like, on people who were saving.
Oh, Cloud9. Do you think Cloud9 make the playoffs?
I think they genuinely go winless this stage.
That would be tough, especially considering, like, didn't Oxy and Imi, like, go basically winless, like, on the second half of last year for G2?
Oh, during their tier 2
During
run?
challenges?
No idea.
I know that they bombed out, but I don't know if they went winless. True, they did, says the chat.
That would be tough.
Yeah,
That is tough. What do you think about Gareth Southgate, TMB?
I think Gareth Southgate, speaking of Tories, with how conservative he is, it is what it is, you know.
It is what it is. I'm intrigued because I'm a layman when it comes to football.
I mean, he's just playing very safe, you know. Like his philosophy is just we're gonna defend.
We're gonna defend. We're gonna work the ball and look for openings.
Yeah, we're just gonna play it super safe with the ball, and then I'm just gonna hope that Bellingham, Foden, Saka,
bail us out in the last
just
minute.
score a goal out of nowhere. And to be fair, 2 games in a row that did happen.
Yeah.
But it doesn't lead to very exciting or good football.
Yeah, they changed it up in the game against Switzerland. They were running a slightly different setup in it.
Yes.
Yeah, it
Still
felt a bit
basically
better.
the same personnel. The problem is not the formation. The problem is the personnel. You can't have 4 people want to come to the ball. It doesn't make sense. Space-wise, it doesn't make sense. It's like if you're on ascent, you just kept hitting A even though you knew they were 4-stacking it. It just doesn't make sense. It's like Cypher doing a body. You see that 4 people are on A and going, let's go A.
I needed the football coaching degree to get put into work. Yeah. You might be the only person I would trust on football opinions.
The only one.
Yeah, I just feel like with football though, it's everyone gives in their piece with no critical thinking.
Football,
even if they're a fan. But
yeah, football is like politics in that regard.
Because I know this happens because it happens in fields that I'm knowledgeable with, and I know what people's opinions are, and I don't think it through. So I know I don't know anything about football, and I know I shouldn't be listening to other people's opinions.
Super well. We see in the last few rounds they get into a position.
Yeah, there's nothing fundamentally wrong with Southgate's philosophy. It's just very boring.
Gather a little bit more info. Once they got hit with a 0 point, they were ready to act. They peel out into sight, kill Zeppa, kill Vanity. They're not being put on the back foot right now in anything that Cloud9's bringing to the table. That's got to be so frustrating.
Oi. All right.
It's not just FNS's call.
There's nobody with an Odin on the other side. They were just scared that there was.
Just not hitting for C9 right now.
Only finesse detected though over here. They didn't break turrets tucked towards logs.
Thank you for being my entertainment when I literally listen through my wall and heard.
So this attack side is just, they are being fucking worked.
Thank you, Liz. You know, sometimes there are questions that have to be asked.
They're trying to fake presence over towards B or crashes.
Look, are they going to sell B again with some crashes util and then go towards A, or they're going to market mid? There's so many options they have here. 40 seconds.
Starts with a pop flash though.
Oxy got reposted here quite nicely.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, bit lucky to, yeah, through the wall.
Moose is stomping up behind them. Surely you hear the metal. Oh my god, they don't.
But I don't think he realizes that Som's tucked himself into pizza.
Yeah. I don't think it
Som
matters.
doesn't have ult. No.
I'm surprised by that. I thought they were trying to fake presence towards B.
I don't think they knew what they wanted to do, to be honest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Almost a few more too. Yeah, Cloud9 grab another one. An 8-4 would be huge with the way
They're just crushing, though. I mean, I think C9's called such bad attack sides recently on this map that the map should already be over.
very difficult. But this one, it was upping the tempo, right? That's all it took for a single round. Moose got into a different position, pushed back onto Cat. They weren't reactive, they were a little bit more proactive there. And
At what point, I mean,
that movement threw energy off.
I feel like the real true rise of the Reform Party will be measured by how quickly the jokes in my chat go from Tory supporter to Reform supporter, because the Tory stuff is just not believable anymore. As the Tory party dwindles away and dies, the meme will become Reformer. And if you track the rate of the increase of that, that would indicate to you the real rise of the harder right wing in the UK.
You sound very interested in that.
I am very interested in the rise of the right wing in the UK. I'm fucking scared of it.
It's an interesting lockdown.
Yeah, it's a weird one.
These are the kind of maps where I would be pulling up old school RuneScape and starting to mine.
It is kind of a cool lockdown, though. Oh, except that NRG have just killed 3 of them by being posted
Cool in the
on
fact
that
that it's
angle.
not that great.
Well, I mean, they're thinking about the fact that NRG have full tree control and are obviously going to fight them if they go for the normal lockdown. But couldn't you just do it in Heaven instead? Like dominate Heaven control and then do the Heaven lockdown?
Yeah,
Overcooking a little bit, perhaps. They love calling random shit that they've never done. I don't think they've done that in a scrim. Obviously, I don't know, but that does not seem like a protocol that they've run in scrims. That seems like a wild audible that
So much
C9 have
space.
called.
I mean, you can survive in hell, you can survive here, anywhere in A main. Like,
Yeah.
even alert coming up short is still available.
To also blind those players that were outside of that radius of that lockdown, so it didn't look good there for C9 on their attempt to retake a struggling first half that you have on that side.
Okay, good half for NRG. What's the next map? They need to win 2-0 basically, right?
After the break.
We think they need to win 2-0, but I think it's also a bit too complicated to know that for sure. There probably are some ways that they can still get in with a 2-1, but it probably goes down quite a lot. But
Wait, what's
I'm using
this? Are
probably
we
a
just
lot.
taking full breaks?
They take a
They take a
1 minute
minute break.
break before the halftime
Yeah,
now.
but isn't there normally a segment?
Yeah, they do the segment after the 1 minute break.
We have multi-minute breaks here now in Americas. Has this always been the case? Have I just blanked
No,
this
it's
out?
just
No, they do normally have a 2 minute break though.
But I swear it's normally like there's something always on. It
Yeah,
doesn't
there
go to this
is.
break screen.
Yeah, this is new. This is new for this week.
This is new. You're going to the break screen.
Oh.
But they took a minute out of the back end and front end breaks.
Yeah, there's a minute less
Instead of 3
between
minutes,
matches.
2 minutes.
Between maps.
I'm like the fucking Mr. Krabs meme. My head's just spinning.
This is what sent your head spinning. You were just talking about how. What is the
But
next
why?
map?
Why
Energy
can't
needs a
we just
2-0,
be
right?
EMEA? Why can't we be EMEA and just have no halftime break?
I would love that, but the global shows still have halftime breaks.
Yeah, but
They need to get rid of
Get rid
those
of that as
first.
well.
Yeah, I agree. They need to get rid of those first, though.
Take a look at C9's offense. And what's something that we talked about right before the matchup that
Oh.
could maybe be a problem for the boys in C9?
Look, Cloud9 have won 0 gun
Ooh.
rounds in their last.
Oh my goodness, those stats. Oh.
During the last 3 maps.
No, there's no way that's real. There's no way that's real.
Hey, they're not a cent. You can cope with that.
There's no way that's real.
They played. They won.
Oh, the world's most fraudulent team. The world's most fraudulent team. What did I just tell you about their attack versus their defense? What did I just tell you? Oh my
What was that
god.
5v4s? 11%.
Oh my god. I told you their attack
don't
side
know
was
which-
terrible.
I don't know which one.
I didn't
of those
realize it
stats
was
is
that
worse.
bad. Oh my god.
And then 9-3 down. Oh.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you're essentially hoping for C9 to
11% 5v4 is
they're going to need to do that
more ludicrous when you combine that with the 0% gun round win rate. Because that means that the 5v4 that they won was an eco round.
over to the casters.
So if I'm huffing the C9
Could have been a
podium,
pistol.
You're telling me that there's at least
Yeah, it could have been a pistol round as well, yeah. Or like a bonus or
converting
something.
that pistol will give him a chance here to come back in this game on ascent so far, but yeah,
Let's go to
Those
Icebox then with
those
stats.
stats are fucking wild.
it's going to be an easy task for C9 once we get these gun rounds.
I mean, maybe they could turn time back and get the eco round win rate back up again. Get that 30+%.
Oh, you.
Oh,
You can't be
Oxy
losing
can't be
that,
losing to
Oxy.
finesse.
No way.
Dude, if my superstar duelist player was losing duels to finesse, I'd actually get them to wear the finesse mask for a week in scrims. There's gotta be some punishment for that kind of performance. Oh no.
Wait. Right click, blast.
GG.
Yeah, GG.
Everywhere he goes, he gets just
It's utterly, utterly Jova.
pissed around for Cloud9. It goes in the favor of Energy.
Let's see what the buys are. They stay classics. Rooney gets
Okay,
Sierra.
NRG know that there's gonna be a force buy here, right? So
Actually, isn't it? Doesn't look like it.
I know, but like in theory,
you should
they
prepare
should
for
be
a full
forcing,
fight,
so they should be prepping for it.
You get Bulldog Spectres full.
I mean, also Outlaws still go crazy here too.
Yeah. I wiped that gun from my memory.
They're still just doing the normal buy.
I mean, it's gonna work though. Unless.
All right. One way slows him down at first, but it does look like Cloud9's going to stay with the death.
Why are you not forcing here?
At least some plant money down here.
Because they didn't get plant, I think.
Yeah, but you're 11-3 down on a cent attack side.
But their money's so bad, like, they can't even... I mean, they could just about scrape together light armor Stinger, I guess.
Stinger's the best gun in the game.
Someone down.
Maybe.
Ethan is looking locked in right now.
We're on that Southgate mentality, lose slower. Oh! All win.
What the fuck? Alright, well, they've lost the... they've lost all their guns.
Yeah. They didn't force because they don't need to force, dumbass. I never doubt Gareth Southgate again. It's coming home.
I'm down every single fucking... every showcase.
Oh! Hold on.
Oh, okay. Where's that come from?
None of those land. Just run him down, FNS. Run him down like the dog they are.
Done it! Oh, sorry, I'm a bit ahead of you, I think.
Yeah, you are a little bit ahead, but... Nice. Big round from Finesse. Finesse has actually been playing... Since someone posted that absolutely insane out-of-pocket thread on Reddit, Finesse has picked it up.
I think you can wear it like a shield, like an aura. Because no player wants to be the player that dies to FNS. If that was me, I'd be feeling empowered. I'd feel like I could fucking take on the world. If I knew I had that power in my hands,
the thing is
nobody
that
wanted to die to me.
People generally don't play scared against people like that. They swing them.
Yeah, but you don't want to be the one to die to him.
But no,
because then you're just like questioning your own ability, like massively more. Finesse knows his shit.
Look at this buy. This buy is.
Be out here just like something swinging everyone.
Why have NRG committed to this buy? I mean, I guess they won the round, but
they want to win quicker.
I didn't tag him all. Okay.
Bulldog, Judge, Spectre, Op, like.
Oh, what a shot! Holy.
Might even be better to take a.
Do you want a timer, TMV, to pause
I'm on
YouTube?
110.
Okay, I'm on 111, 10, 9.
Oh no, I'm on 6,
8,
5,
7.
4, 3.
Can you pause?
I can
4,
go on YouTube and
3. Oh, you're not on YouTube.
Yeah, I have to go on YouTube because for some reason the Twitch servers are going crazy for me today.
You can't just be going for the 1v1s. Energy is cleaning up everything.
If C9 wins 0% of buy rounds, why buy at all? Isn't that statistically hurting their chances? Oh, my brain just expanded. My brain just fucking expanded. You're a genius.
Okay, I'm on 37, 36.
So they're trying at least a buddy system for a trade, but they meet up with the op once again of Victor. Who this time lands the shot.
It's quite unusual to have the lurking
KO.
the lurking KO in that kind of spot. Ethan's got this. There's just not enough time for Moose to clear all of this stuff. This is
Cloud9. Oh,
this is a complete fucking dick shredding. Actual genitals in the shredding machine. This one's over, man.
Cloud9 want to map this split?
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Yeah, C9 have won maps.
Oh,
C9 won a map
they
against
one map, yeah.
G2, didn't they?
G2, yeah. Icebox.
Yes, G2. At this point, Energy is cleaning up everything in their shots, whether they're doubled up or not in the face. So,
is that a kink that people have? No, I don't think so. If anyone's genuinely got the kink of having their dick shredded, I think there's a certain, I don't want to kink shame, but I think there's a certain level of kink where you need to
be honest, I think that one's
you need to address what's going on beneath the surface, you know? You need to have a long hard look in the mirror and wonder whether purchasing the $1,000 shredder for your bedroom was a good idea.
How have you got to that? Why do you engage with that comment?
There's nothing else going on in my chat.
That's all it is. Or was it 4 different people
Yeah.
asking that same question?
Yeah.
So Interesting here the way FNS has been playing the trips and how C9 has to.
Dick shredding isn't really a one-time kind of fetish. It's just that you have to be you have to get like the potato peeler out and be very careful you don't get too horny. It will grow back over time, but you got to be cautious. All right, so 12-3. Let's focus up. Have a look at the defensive setup here.
Oh, yeah, with this team that refuses to win any round.
No, I think C9 can put a fraudulent full buy round on the board. Does this even count as a gun round as well? We've got a Spectre, 2 Guardians, and a Bulldog. It is a force, though. Oxy's surely screwed as well. Good trade.
Oh,
trade instant.
I mean,
FNS knows he's the fucking raid boss in this server. He knows that he's striking fear in their hearts.
Today's the day for Cypher players.
Thankfully, though, it is an Odin in the hands of Zeppa and a Guardian for.
I mean, Josh, I think you might be the only person who concentrated during that MiBR game.
Yeah, I didn't even watch it.
I wasn't concentrating. I just know that Artazine and Havoc popped off on Sunset. Nice finesse. Let's fucking go. Dude, how perfect that they preserved the terrible stats of C9 whilst digging them into the grave.
Yeah. They're locked in. They want to make playoffs.
It's a pity it's not in their hands, but yeah.
No, but they're going to be staring at that Crew C9 game if they win this. With
C9 are chokers, and their entire season is going the way of a lot of the matches that they've choked as well. Where it's like they get so close to the finish line, and they just crumble right before the finish line, literally one game away. They just can't get that final game on the board.
Yeah, I mean, if Cloud9 don't make playoffs, the odds on Cloud9 not making playoffs at the start of like this split would have been unbelievable.
Yeah, they would.
Considering they were what, 5-1?
5-1, yeah, and utterly fraudulent the whole time.
And like 6 gets you in. God, Jesus.
Yep. I remember Bala at the beginning of the year was talking about how vanity teams always start off the year well and then fall off super heavy towards the end. And I was like, that's got to be oversimplifying things, man. Like, that's just a pattern. It's not, you know, why would that even happen? And yet this year, it could not have been more perfect prediction.
Yeah. Did they finish top of the group? Did they get a bye in playoffs?
You know, I can't remember.
No, they didn't. I don't think they did. Was it Crew? I think Crew got it. Instead.
Gives you wings.
Yeah, they lost to G2.
Crew was first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Bala was heavily favoring to put Cloud9 #1 in power rankings. I wasn't on that episode, but I can only assume that a brain
oh my god, I was
infected
on that episode.
him.
What was he smoking? I genuinely think he might have done the Bren thing of just like predetermined beforehand. I'm just going to argue for Cloud9 no matter what. No matter what anyone says.
Who was in this?
Bala, apparently.
He was arguing for Cloud9?
Yeah.
Heavy arguing for Cloud9. He was like, put them two.
What? It doesn't make any sense. I don't understand how that could ever be a take.
He's just being a...
I think he's trolling.
Yeah, he's just trying to he's just trying to inject some spice, some drama into it.
It's just so fraudulent.
Yeah, but falsely doing so. I mean, I guess you could just claim, oh, their record's good. I think he did. He's like, their fight's fun.
Yeah, fraudulent. Yeah, C9 were also kind of like this last year as well. They choked real bad towards the end. That game it was actually against NRG, weirdly enough, that they choked super hard to not make, was it champs or was it Tokyo? I can't remember. I think it was to not make Tokyo, right? Because we were talking about it in the Leaf game against NRG. Both? Dude, Jesus Christ. Oy, oy, oy.
if Zen wasn't supposed to flank?
8-Bit Ducky, thank you for the 29 months.
As an American one, still don't understand what a Tory is. Can you explain since you're a Tory?
Okay, first of all, not a Tory, but secondly, it's the Conservative Party. They are the previously centre-right to right, now pretty much just the right. A lot of their more centrist MPs got removed from the party recently, and they got even more bonkers right leaning.
Wait, what?
MPs.
Are you two done on America?
No, we fly in like 4 days.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds fun.
What does Chet got to say about all this?
What's an MP? A member of parliament.
Where are you, Bren? Are you in?
I'm in Austin.
Okay.
We have like
yeah, there's a hurricane about to hit.
Oh, pretty familiar with how C9 plays.
I think, but I don't think it's gonna hit us. I think it's gonna hit.
What the fuck?
So it's nothing that we're not familiar with. I think we just keep executing the plan that we're comfortable with, because that's what we just did on Ascent. We were just comfortable and things flowed pretty well.
Yeah, it really did. Best of
Fair
luck.
enough. Not very much information, just saying that they know how C9 play on that map.
Comfortability led to a 13-3 win for NRG on Ascent. What a way for them to start.
Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it, Firebucks?
Is reeling, and they're going to need to try and get things together. But let's go ahead and talk about NRG here, because man, they look drilled.
Who did I vote for? I was in a constituency where it was a very safe Labour seat, and so I ended up voting for the Green Party. I would have voted for the Labour Party if it had ended up being a swing constituency that I was in. But yeah, I ended up voting for Greens. They got some policies that I don't agree with, as is always going to be the case in these kind of things. But I don't think Labour align with the way that I want to approach a lot of major topics. I think they've been baited into the center, and at times the like conservative mindset far too much.
You know, when he won champions last year, I think a big part of that is the fact that now he has an IGL that he can rely on.
Yeah, stuff like that, Heart of Gold, I definitely think is. I agree with you there. I definitely don't support all of their policies, but I think it aligns closest. So.
That same setup, right? Lucy's primary calling. He's doing a lot of the mid rounding. He looks really comfortable there.
You could even see in like some rounds that started spiraling out of control for NRG.
Thought for sure you'd be Lib Dem.
It's down to a 2-on-3.
No, to be honest, the Lib Dems are not particularly large in any constituency that I've lived in, so I haven't done as much research into the Lib Dem party, frankly.
Watching this team develop so quickly.
Maybe I would be, and I just didn't do enough research into it, frankly.
I think the microcoms, the
not 100%
the
sure.
players are just kind of innately playing off each other is so much better. You saw it on this match on the retakes in particular. They are really growing impressively fast and still have a chance in the season.
Yeah, they really do. I mean, NRG are looking like they're in a pretty damn good position here. What is C9?
The Greens are small in the UK. They got 7% of the vote. So to put that in context, they're half the size of the far right-wing party. When I say far right-wing, Reform are not far right-wing in the sense that US far right-wing. Some of their like immigration policies would align more with what right-wing America would be, and some of their like anti-woke stuff would also align with the right, but they've also got some stuff that aligns more with like the workers' rights stuff a little, because they're trying to appeal to the working class in the UK. It just the right and left function slightly differently in the UK to the US.
It's wild though that Chet was literally having this exact same conversation with.
Yeah, I use woke in an ironic sense because that's what they say.
In the same vein, C9 are having that conversation too, and it's pretty apparent in the gameplay.
And it's been a consistent issue, right? We've continued to talk about this. The attacking side struggles, and I really think what he's saying is.
Yeah, the Greens want to get like phase out all nuclear power, like treating it basically the exact same as fossil fuel stuff. And trying to replace it all with renewable energies, which just to me does not seem like a good idea.
About like how C9 seem to have changed the way that they're approaching the game. And
but there you go.
It was like Oxy was such a big part of
I mean, because they, there are issues with nuclear waste and that kind of stuff. So they're taking the, you know,
There's so many times he was left alone, like lurking, and
the
yeah, exactly. And I know what
green position rather than what I would consider to be a more pragmatic position of needing to
you're not supporting
have nuclear support a phase towards renewables.
so he could be a young kid and frag out.
Isn't nuclear power straight up more expensive than renewable now? To be honest, I'm not 100% sure about the recent economic arguments. If that's the case, then maybe that would work. But when you already have a functioning nuclear system and you need to build up a renewable, there probably needs to be some level of transition process.
Like, it makes no sense. Yeah, and this is a guy who they would force buy after they would lose pistol rounds, a rifle.
That was like their whole shtick in stage 1. And on top of that, too, I think beyond just getting him going to give you winning positions on the attacking side, because I think that is the biggest issue with their attacking side. They're either not setting him up for enough,
also,
or they're setting him up and then he's dying first.
I mean, either of you there?
I'm here. I'm listening.
Brent, how much sway do you have in the America's production office?
I have incredible power that I hold over.
Can you please fucking tell them to get rid of, you know, on the score there where it said like NRG 1303?
Yeah, that was already brought up.
What, the fact that it always has the 0?
Yeah, because it gets blocked by people's heads and it looks like they 13-0'd them. That was brought up.
Not even for that reason, just for the reason that it annoys me.
Yeah, but that has been brought up, and I imagine they couldn't fix it because they just got off the back of Super Week or something. I don't know.
It's as simple as maybe even just like a mentality shift.
Your feedback has been noted, and yeah, I'll get to work.
But yeah, I think as far as I'm aware, and again, some of my information might be out of date. I'm not saying this like I'm an expert in the situation, but one of the leading drivers globally of cutting down on emissions is the fact that China's done so much recently to cut their carbon emissions.
There's a lot of information.
And I think it's because they're making massive technological improvements in terms of solar technology, of making it cheaper to work with. And I think it's like their battery technology, their electric battery technology is improving massively as well. So they're enormous leaders in that space. So if those end up being feasible for mass importation and usage, then maybe renewables are going to be a very short-term solution that works super well and you can phase out nuclear instantly. Yeah.
We'll have to see for them. I think there's, I don't know, not so much freedom when it comes to icebox comps in terms of like you kind of have to run.
Not massively. The best tech is in labs outside of China. Well, no, I mean commercial stuff. I mean stuff that's being used at the moment. I don't mean like cutting edge necessarily. I mean stuff that's literally being used right now.
Oh, it's nice
that was
and
my
boring.
that was my
this map needs to go.
That was my understanding.
This map just needs to go.
It's going to be worse.
The ability to store the energy produced by
it will
renewables is
be.
a bottleneck.
You're right. It will be.
Yeah, that's why I was mentioning the battery improvements as well, because I thought that was an enormous improvement recently as well within Chinese technology.
Give this kid confidence. This is the time to do it.
Exactly. This is it. Cloud9
Thrawn, thank you for the prime.
and NRG can continue to keep their playoff hopes alive. Let's go ahead.
Prediction, Bren?
Let's cut the politics though and focus on. Well, to be honest, the game might be shit. We might end up drifting back into it, but
like 13.
Let's have a look at this game.
Wait, who starts attack side?
That's a fair point.
Good question. Don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
NRG, they've been looking better on their attack sides than their defense sides in some maps. So
I agree.
What astute analysis.
But at the same time,
This is
Cloud9 have
very
been looking
astute.
so
I can't
bad
remember
on their
maps.
attack side as well that NRG just looked better, in my opinion.
Yeah. The reason I say that is because their attack side was the thing that suffered the most before stage 2. They were genuinely looking like Cloud9.
Yeah, it was crazy how bad they were.
It was real fucking bad. And then FNS comes in and suddenly they...
Well, it's NRG on the attack.
Laying out where FNS is going to be and then lurk on the team. Here towards mid, FNS lurk, and already energy is creating action towards mid.
Okay. Boomed by the classic. Bit of turret damage in there as well.
Alarm bot gets immediately broken, but that's Ethan with the spike on them.
Triple push out through A as well. This is very fast and proactive.
Cloud9's going to try to get the timing on this one. Realizing it's not down towards
Did they think it was a mid to B? Or are they just trying to dodge alarm bot?
energy kind of filing out into the
flash
site, and they'll be
through.
able to set up post plant, but this is going to be a good pinch as the time is 1 minute now.
Oh my
way.
god, Crash has just deleted someone. All good though.
Good. Once you get it here.
Bruh. Why are we fighting that with Ethan has 2 flashes in hand?
I mean, they didn't realize there was going to be that many people from mid.
Defense, let's go. They start off on the right foot here from the side of Cloud9. And we even saw rounds on Ascent where Moose pushed up for a second. Somebody else pushed this or that.
The Sideshow community is extremely left-leaning. You won't find that in Valorant in general. Gaming in general, and also Valorant in general, is going to have a lot of people that are... Yeah, I mean...
That's from the crowd
ill-informed,
mic.
and also some people
They didn't mean to
very
like
right-leaning as
play
well.
the audio from the players, but Oxy was so loud it picked up on the crowd mic.
Able to get that one as well. Rooney's just waiting to see if there's going to be
Do you think you
more
could
pushing
scream into
through.
the crowd mic, bro?
Goes for a blind shock dart play.
After a random
No
play.
contact.
Yeah,
I don't really make noise
gaming's,
when I play.
gaming's generally apolitical to the point where people dislike anything that moves you away from the status quo.
I'm like
Which,
stoic, you know, I'm
when
just like a
apolitical
Sigma man.
becomes, I dislike anything
Cold
that moves
showers,
me away
5
from
AM.
how I live my life.
Investing in crypto.
That just ends up being like, your position is that you are reinforcing the status quo. So you end up getting a lot of those kind of people. I think that's where a lot of the like young, angry men stuff comes from. Wait, you're telling me that the way that I've lived my life for my entirety of my life, which is only a couple of decades, has some moral problems? Surely not. This is how I was raised.
It's a nice try by Naji.
Make that even one. Vanity's trying to build up his pit, and he will do so halfway there as he gets 4 kills in that round.
Caspers, thank you for the 52 months. Thank you.
For C9. But did they get stalled by the momentum? Still a few kills here going onto the side of C9 are going to be lower buys. And this,
I told my other gaming friends I sometimes watch Hassan and they freak the fuck out.
He's just trying to hide from it, but he gets
I don't really enjoy watching Hassan.
also going to start to get going
Just the
on this Reyna. For Vanity. He picks out the Marshall.
I don't know. Something about the the amount of
Wear away this armor of energy and start the round off.
I don't know. The stream rubs me the wrong way for some reason. I think it's because when he gets something given to him by the chat, it's very difficult to tell whether it's something worth discussing, but it just always launches into a discussion anyway. I don't know. Maybe that's the reason. Maybe it's because it's very difficult to judge whether something's a reasonable source when you're looking at it for the first time. Like, that kind of content is so much better after someone's done some proper research on it, I think.
Looking to fight back from Snowman.
Easy alarm bot behind. This should be a
But-
pretty good cleanup for
Zeppo
you
is
know,
taking a sweet ass fucking time with this.
That'll be huge.
I'm not going to think of anyone differently if they enjoy watching Hassan.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing.
Making that Guardian work for now. As he goes for the
I don't know enough
It
about
looked
him
like
or his
Cloud9
political
didn't wanna
views,
win that round.
frankly.
They just wanted to play for Eco down there.
And he's looking for the exits. 1v1 against Finesse.
Oh, 1v1 on FNS? Oh!
He's
my
got it.
God.
Dude, Finesse has
God.
got it today. He's got that aura hanging around him.
Yeah, I like how we're bigging that up as he's against a Stinger at decent range.
No. It's important. I think it's actually Finesse in the Finesse mask. This is the one thing we haven't thought about yet. What if it's him, but he's wearing the mask, so he feels more confident? He's in his own skin suit.
And the utility to get back in sight. Yeah, it's going to play out a little bit differently. And we'll see if FNS goes on a little bit more of a lurk mission as we get into this gun round. Or this bonus, I should say. Protected. They decide not to grab it right away. Good delay by energy. Thinking about...
Oh, this is a nice idea. That pass the turret.
Push up by Sam already.
Wow. The very rare mid to A after turret break.
Holy shit.
Can Som survive the cross, though? Or is Som just dead? Oh my god,
Bro,
that's
Som is
nice.
actually on one.
He's cooking.
That's right. He's on one.
Almost unlikely for Moose to win that in the end, to be honest. One wallbang body shot would have taken him out.
Oxy already has that Empress activated, looking to...
This would be a huge one for Oxy to win.
The jiggle spots Ethan. Repelling back
Really important one.
towards the top of pipes. Top of 410, rather. And this is just to kill time. So
He's just expecting the trade at all times.
Surely
And yeah.
you anticipate that.
It's traded off by Ethan is low on HP. Now
One body shot onto Ethan.
You can just tucks, right? No noise, no tap.
Nice.
Oh,
Does he have
very
time?
rare. He didn't dismiss.
Oh, I think he's just
Holy
got
fuck,
time.
that could have been a mistake.
This is like 0 point. This is 0 point.
Oh, he didn't dismiss the speed boost.
Oh, he could have dismissed.
Oh, fuck, man. That's crazy close. That's gutting.
Yeah, that bot's gonna be in kitchen, and the alarm. Sorry, the turret's in kitchen. The alarm bot goes under 2, and you saw Sam hug the right wall in mid as he went through a smoke, like hugging that wall. If the alarm bot had encroached into that smoke at all, so that timing was
Classic Raynor. He'll just say got man.
Reading a bit of the map and just the first few rounds there, and obviously the 1v1 is the 1v1. That's the way it goes. Time.
Now the 0% C9 rifle win rate was on when they were on attack. Dog with limes.
Yes.
At least a bit of map control. They got 2 players down.
What, are we just tracking this stat forever now?
Yeah, yeah, basically.
On all maps, all sides.
Well, I mean, they still haven't found a win on their gun rounds on attack because they got dominated last time on Ascent. Oh, God, Victor's popping.
Yeah, he's kind of hitting. A lot of players are hitting on energy.
Unfortunate timing as Cloud9 was looking to rotate back towards the A site, and that the wall didn't come up fast enough there from Vanity on that side. That initiated the first entries out for energy. Now you're just keeping them at bay. C9 definitely, they want to come in here to try to do a little bit of damage at this point, but we're looking pretty good for energy to convert another round.
Yeah, this one.
Okay. Crashies though with ult. I mean, they've got Mosh. Not Mosh. Sorry, Fragment.
Nade.
He just went down though.
They're vibing.
Yeah, some shockies.
They are vibing.
Energy can roll those ultimates into a win here. Cloud9's gonna have to be prepared.
What's the fuck he done that?
Towards the end. Always good for one win. Any type of shotgun. But he will fall, and again,
it's that Bucky skin. The Jogamo Bucky skin.
With some 2 nice entries out once again.
Angel definitely has better firepower than Finesse. It's just insanely inconsistent, and Angel's decision making is like bonkers at times.
There definitely is a thing of IGLs just like sending it in first on their own, like, you know.
Yeah, not everybody, but
Angel takes that to
thing.
the extreme.
Yeah. Def used to do that a lot as well.
In the break, a lot of these fights.
Ion, thank you for the prime.
He's like, I don't care what map it is. Start playing more as a team.
This is big for NRG. The problem, a big problem NRG had as well, like when they were struggling in the first couple games, is they always started every map slow. It was always like 5-0,
Yeah.
6-0.
Kind of popping off now.
Yeah, they'd always take the first time out 5-0 down. It's like, here we are again.
If NRG had this roster from stage 1, they could be a top Americas team at the moment.
Define top.
Top
As in, they would be going to the international events, is how I would read that. I think that's possible. I think they'd be. I think they'd be in the running. But the thing is, like, even Sen didn't make Shanghai, and they made and won Madrid. So there's. It's not like just because you're a good team, you're gonna be in the top the entire year round.
I think you could put Sen, Lev, and G2 clearly above them. But then I think you could debate after that.
I mean, I wouldn't have thought that at the beginning of the year. But maybe G2's fundamental stuff.
Dude, Victor, you are crazy.
Yeah, Sen and Lev I would have thought at the beginning of the year, but like G2's fundamental stuff is just so much better than I would imagine NRG could even get to.
Follow. The drone sees so much.
Oh my god, the whiffing! Oh,
Yikes.
the whiffing is horrendous there.
Yikes. Oxy is fucking ripping him to pieces.
Just while Sam fucking chills on his own.
But they have no idea. Now they do.
Imagine.
Som is just
Dude,
so
I'd
alone.
love to see Som
Oh
win this.
no.
How is he
going
gonna dodge the thrash? No chance. He's been detained. They can't find him. They can't find him. They can't find him. What? What? What the fuck? How did they not kill him? He was beefing the kill. He was utterly beefing the kill there.
How did the fuck? What happened there?
The anti-cove.
No, seriously, what the fuck happened there?
What? Okay, they can't find him. But what on earth is happening there? It took him so. It took him like an insane amount of time to kill Rooney. What's Zeppa doing?
Oxy, I think, is thinking he has to stick, which honestly he might.
But what the fuck is Zeppa doing?
I have no idea.
That's the most insane situation we've had all year in Americas.
Yeah, I mean, that's horrific.
I've got to see that from Zeppa's POV, man. What happened? How does he whiff that?
Different moment than the Som versus CGRS from the master stages. Som is
It's so. I mean, he takes so long to kill Rooney. They didn't even spam the corner though, as well. They couldn't find him, but they also just fucking gave up looking for him.
So funny.
That is ridiculous. He ran out of bullets? Bro, how do you run out of bullets when the guy's right in front of your face?
Honestly, I feel like Energy feels comfortable in any of these positions.
What?
It's not, but it looks just like Tree on Ascent. They slow it down, they figure out what they need to do.
Oh, that's amazing.
They pop out with the answer. Here it's going to be the quick plant.
That's a legendary play. I mean, that is just going to haunt C9 for the rest of their time on Earth.
Oh, they got a pit that doesn't cover the default plant, and now they're just gonna put it down. Oh, it helps with the lockdown, I guess.
They've got a high-low in back left.
Helps with the lockdown that they can do.
They haven't broken it. They haven't broken it.
It doesn't hit it.
But they have this high-low, and Som is destroying them.
Yeah.
The high-low with Som and Ethan there is you need a piece of utility to break that. It just looks so bad from C9, man.
I feel like okay, so we see the pit that doesn't give them enough room, right, for a C9 here.
If they miss playoffs because of that, they just got 13-3'd on map 1. I genuinely don't think that round is even going to matter.
Yeah, I don't think one round is going to make the difference.
But obviously people are going to think of that round when C9 gets slaughtered.
Oh my goodness. That is... If MiBR or Furia did that, you just turn off the stream.
Yeah. But Cloud9 are even worse at their... When C9 are playing their worst, they are one of the worst teams in the league. Like, the slop, the mud that comes from C9 is... It's muddier...
You can go to all the leagues.
There's some fucking mud in a lot of places, but for America's C9 are... They always have been extraordinarily muddy.
Once again, dashes forward to push back C9. Already, you have Oxy damaged, half HP, down at 45, forced to fall back, but at least the cavalry is here. 4 players now holding the back lines, waiting for this wall to come down to hopefully find some players and hopefully make these sharers work. But Energy decide to stop.
They're gonna go back to game.
Noise at the same time too, and
Well, they don't have any info.
Cloud9 to
Yeah.
Still haven't won a buy round. Oh my goodness. Maybe that's why.
Well, yeah, but again, they're on defense at the moment. It's the attack buy round that's mega ultra fraudulent.
Every side.
But Oxy's always ready. 5 HP left. Dismisses can go for the devour.
Oh, the cam died.
They are back to classic Cloud9 though. Oxy carry with everyone else struggling.
Crumbles for a bit. Gives a chance for Cloud9 to still set up here for at least a group stand towards the A site. Potential hit from Energy here.
Like the Death said, we're missing a little bit of that Super Saiyan power from Oxy lately. Seems to be shut down to most of these. As Zeppa comes up big.
Wait, Zeppa?
For Cloud9, Finesse moving forward to get these entries. Back to an even situation.
No one's holding top rafters.
Energy on the post plan as
That's okay though.
it down.
It's okay. FNS knows where they are.
Too far back.
He knows all.
Pictured them in his mind.
He knows all.
2 teammates, Solemn and Finesse. Latest re-entry now onto Energy, working in tandem. When you want, can't ask for any better synergy than this.
Look at him go.
He's popping off.
Look at him go.
Okay. Nate, thank you for the resub. Oh, OBS has crashed. Nice. My stream's about to fucking die.